Really sweaty.
It's a crime and shame with Sunny Justice. Oh, yeah. Hey, everyone. All 14 of you. Hey, Deb's, she's tired today, so she's going to be the cheerleader from inside. Hi, Sharon. How are you? Hi, Peace. How are you? Um, Adam should be here shortly. I don't know what Mama's doing, to be honest with you. I haven't seen her. I think Mama's obsessed with that one. What was it, Deb, that Mama's watching? Or that case or something like that? Or is that a Netflix thing on there? Yeah. Anyway, so I'm not gonna lie. I think everyone's, at least with us here, is a little bit tired from yesterday and the day before from all that searching we did. I know you are. I am too, actually. But whatever. I said I was gonna come on today, so I was like, okay, gotta keep my promise. Gotta keep my promise. Even if you watched me sleep for an hour, would that be okay? Anyways, yeah, today, if you guys want to stick around, we're gonna be going over basically the kind of like the start again of how it all came to be that the what's the word? See, I can't even search for my words. The not timeline, but the storyline, I guess. But most importantly, about the BG. I mean, you guys all know that who my POI is, which is Keegan Dunker, and our brains were working. Yeah, I know, you know, I know, and it's going pretty good. Um, yeah, and I'm not gonna lie, I was still kind of feeling kind of ill today at work, but I was like so hot. So I was just sitting there like a princess queen, just waving myself. Hi, Y, how are you? And yeah, so I really wanted to go back over for anyone that cares or not cares, whatever. I really wanted to go back over like the facial features of the BG. We can talk about whatever after. But I just kind of, sorry, I kind of keep looking over to the comments here. Um, Come on in and say hi. I'm not sure, is anybody else going live right now? What is today? You know what? It's because I've been sick. I keep forgetting that today is Friday. That's why. So, it's a long week for me. I have to work tomorrow and then I get 2 more days off. But yeah, so let's see. Does anyone have any questions or anything before we get started? Does anyone like I know we can talk about um, you know, the transcripts a little bit if you guys want. If there's anything that you guys are thinking or your thoughts, with the whole Keegan Klein and TK thing. Like I said, I'm not really. So yeah, we can go over that too. But let's see here. What do I want to start with? Yeah, so if I've seen like out of it or just like chill, I should change my name, right? Real Chill Sunny. Real Chill Psychic Sunny. Right, guys? Yeah. Not. I will never claim to be psychic. Deb, I'm trying to read your brain right now. I think you're tired. Is that, am I psychic? Okay, so let me see here. I was trying to get some things sorted. Let me go to my file folder for this one. Okay. So, and okay, you know what? Actually, let's see here. Let's see here. Which one do I want to start with first? It's not the file folder I want to go in. I'm gonna start with this one. I think. Yeah, let me see here. Go to StreamYard again. Katie and KK associate anyway. You know, and that's the thing. Is that what? Hi, Randy. How are you? Um, I think what's happened here is that, you know, well, everything's meant to happen the way it's meant to happen. But, you know, had I had access to the Facebooks and stuff like that ahead of time, I'm sure there would have been a lot of people. But you can tell, obviously, like, for instance, I was literally just on Keegan's profile again. Clearly, Keegan Klein, or sorry, Keegan Dunker. Oh my goodness. So, and right, that whole 3 months is just gone. You can just clearly see that almost anyone you go to, Ashley's accounts, you know, gone besides her Instagram. Um, but everyone's really is just gone around that time. Garrett Kurtz, you know, Chris Mathis, everyone's just gone around that time frame. And that says a lot. Or, you know, you'll keep seeing, you can tell, like, when you go to like Talitha Beckley's and all those people and Jason Palladino's of the world. Hi, August. How are you? You can just see, like I said, there's this space missing that you know was when it happened. So, unfortunately, at the second to answer your question, Keegan Dunker ties in to Garrett Kurtz. I'm sure if I lived around that area, I could source out some more stuff. I'm like, if I'm pretty sure that Garrett Kurtz knew who Klein was. You know, when you kind of think about it, you know, Garrett Kurtz, and this is from a couple people that knew him, said that he was bi. So, would he be dabbling perhaps in the little sex trafficking area or know these people and stuff like that? Garrett Kurtz knew a lot of people, but again, it's kind of like for instance, if I pull up Keegan Dunker, I won't find the name Austin Popejoy on his friends list. But yet, if you know how sometimes when you pull up somebody's name and underneath it will show some old posts? Yet you'll find an old post of him on um, saying happy birthday, but yet he's not on his list. So it's almost like when people disconnect from each other, of course, right? They think that they got it all planned out and whatever. And like I said, so you have Keegan Klein, who, shares a post from Austin Popejoy. Garrett Kurtz and him are best friends. So it always becomes, what are the chances, right? What are the chances that Ron Logan's land Garrett Kurt worked on? So this is why so many people, um, I find it amazing, the stupidity of some that literally, like, when you go sometimes into those Facebook groups and they're like talking about Garrett Kurtz, and there's a good few people that are like, they'll literally troll your ass in that Facebook group to tell you how stupid you are, how wrong you are, LOL, da 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 da. If anyone says it's Garrett Kurtz or anything to do with Garrett Kurtz, I'm sorry, but you guys are the idiots. Trust me, you guys are the freaking idiots. But it's like in those Facebook groups, you can't even, like I said, if you have, unless you're like a long lifer in there that spends it every day where they're all like, yeah, good job. Good job putting up those posts for like the last 5 years with nothing above it, just brain teaser ones and stuff like that. Good job, friend. Oh, I know you. Oh, Sunny makes a post, And then all of a sudden it's like, it's not Garrett Kurtz, blah, 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 blah. It's not Garrett Kurtz. He's not the BG. But I mean, it doesn't take 2 + 2 to figure out that there's so much more connections going on there. And again, I keep saying this and I'll say this till I'm blue in the face. I didn't make up the shit. The shit was already out there. Like they're the ones talking about Delphi. Maverick Mystique. Okay, you guys, don't forget Deb and whoever has the wrenches. Troll. Oh, you know what? That's what I should be doing. I should put my subscriber mode only. Subscriber mode only on. That's what I should be doing here. Keep some of those trolls out of here. Okay. Where's my thing? Just give me a sec, guys. Let me just go turn that on for a minute. Yeah, try to keep them little bastards out, eh? I mean, you know what? Any day I have a good laugh about that stuff. Honestly, but it gets annoying after a while, and so I would just prefer, like, I could, like, when I put it on subscriber mode, like, let's say someone new tries to come join me, well, they can't because I have it on subscriber only mode. That's how much I care about subscribers. Because you have to literally be subscribed for that time before you can actually subscribe. You know what I mean? So I could care less about that. Because I'd rather keep the trolls out and have less subscribers. If that makes sense. So let me go to the channel will grow as it grows. Whatever. And live. Sorry guys, this will just take a second. Hey, I can see myself on the screen in here. Okay, we'll keep that. And let's see, subscriber mode, what? Put it for 10 days or something. I'm gonna put this on though for 30 seconds. I'm gonna put slow mode on for 30 seconds. Just because sometimes I get really behind, I'm really bad for that shit. And I'll admit it. And then we'll do what? We'll do like freaking 3 hours. Seems good. Fair enough. Might be 4, but who knows? You know what? Let's make it 4. Let's make it 4 hours. You know me. And 4 years. How about that one, guys? 4 years. You have to be subscribed. Okay. So I got that on. Let me just pull up my live channel, I guess, while I'm here as well. Just in case I need to go there. And as well. Okay, there we go. Okay, I think everything's good now. Go back over to here. All right. Yeah. Hi, Amy. Hi, Deb. Hi, Deb again. And Maverick. But anyway, okay. So let me share my screen. Okay. So let's do this. Okay, guys. Let's talk about Tony Klein for a moment, or let's show his face. Okay. So the BG here, regardless of what others think, again, don't really care. Never have. It's just really my path, and others like Deb and Adam and Mama, like I said, they don't even have to agree with me all the way. I mean, they have their own thoughts too. But obviously, for the most part, they, will usually mostly agree that it's, Keegan Dunker is the BG, but they might think differently on the storyline or the pathway to maybe how it all occurred. But we're pretty much on the same page. We kind of talk about it. And then, who knows, one day it will play out soon. So Deb had told me that they had scanned Tony Klein's documents today. No, BG doesn't have a big nose at all. That nose. But I mean, the bottom line is this is one of the most crispiest. It's that the word? Crispiest pictures of the BG. Okay. Now, only because I've spent so much time, like I said, like over, I always use the mark of 50,000 just because I got tired of counting, to be honest. Or, yeah, basically tired of counting. So whatever, 50K plus pictures. Okay. So I know that even if this was cleaned up a little bit, you know, and perhaps not, to be honest with you. If I'm not exactly sure where it came from. I think I know, but part of me thinks that somebody within the system, like this might have been their picture more so that they got the best image out of. If they didn't need our help and but they needed certain information, but let's just say that they didn't need our help, they're not going to update that picture, because if they're doing the work, like pretense in a sense. um yes, all of his arrest records yesterday. So, to me, shit's going to hit the fan soon enough. And I think a lot of you guys think so as well. um and if you don't, well, that's okay too, because right, who knows, it's been 5 years, but i think I think you guys can just feel the whole ramp up going on. Like I said, it's like chess. But anyways, so and all anyone really needs to do, this is not rocket science. All you need is two eyes, to be able to stare, you know and a few brain cells, to be honest with you. Even if you have one left, right, Deb? Not meaning you have one left. I got the other one. But anyways, like, first of all, at what point, regardless that they took down the description, it's not like it didn't exist. Okay, the BG has red brown hair. The BG is 5'10". The reason why we know the BG is 5'10" is because the mathematicians came up with, did the calculation for it, and it was 5'10.5". Yeah, I know, Deb, I'm kind of with you on that one. But I mean, I don't think it really takes a lot of work here, because one, you can just go to the eyes. The eyes, the eyes, the eyes, the eyes, the eyes. At what point do the BG's eyes like slant down? Kind of. They're not giving no sort of hooded look at all, really. You can see that, like I said, that it's more of an up here. But at, like, what point did this guy match the description? His son said like he was what, like 280? Not 180, but like 280 or something like that. Was he that big though? 280. My ex-husband was 6 foot and he was 220. Um, and and I'm not really sure what his height is, but I believe his son said that he was like 6 foot, around the same height. So even put him at 5'11". Actually, what did Keegan say he was, guys? Did Keegan say he was like 6 foot or 6'1"? Because I'm pretty sure his son kind of towers over him. Because TK doesn't really look that tall to me. I guess I could look up his arrest records and find his height if I really wanted to. But 5'11", thank you, Kim. But at the end of the day, I just think it's one of those things that I don't think it's too hard not to realize that nothing really matched what the BG has said. Like, for the BG's description for Tony Klein, first of all, you got anyone that's sadly mistaken to think that the BG's older, I think is going to come to a whole new reality when the BG is brought to justice, to be honest with you. They have clearly said and showed that he's a younger sketch. They have virtually told you, everyone, to ignore that sketch, right? Like, read between the lines, because they literally have started out saying, yes, ignore the first one. And then they backtracked a little and went, well, hey, I mean, it's kind of, it could be a combination of the two. But they have literally said in many times, ignore that. So, to me, with facial features, regardless, and age, to me, we can exclude Tony Klein. Keegan Klein, at what point was that guy ever thin? There's no point. And his face, Keegan Klein has a whole new face. Um, his Keegan's Klein, his face is like, like chunk-a-wunk around. You know what I mean? It's like, like Fred Flintstone, like that type of thing. That's what it reminds me of. His chin, as well, is a lot bigger than the BG's chin. If you guys look kind of right here, like here's the nose. Okay, I don't want anyone to be deceived here because it can be. Okay, the nose is here. Ignore this line here if you're thinking that that's the nose, because it's not. The nose, the drop of the nose is here. Okay, this is like what I keep saying is like a microphone in front of his mouth. So again, we can basically, if we can look at this side of his face, we can pretty much know that, well, it's on a little bit of an angle because we'll see that in another picture. Okay, so I'm going to ask you, okay, look at this picture, because people want to come out of the woodwork and keep thinking that Klein is the BG. Again, surprise, he won't be. But you guys, I mean, right? You guys can draw your own conclusions. Okay. So let me go. So keep your eye on this one. And then I'm gonna stop sharing screen, share screen, and we'll go to now people can think whatever they want. Again, it's my channel. Obviously, I have a BG. Like I said, for me, I've done my homework, but I'm just asking you to think of Tony Klein. Yeah. Right. And then let's see here. Okay. Right. Okay. So then we'll go to this one, which is Keegan Dunker. So between the two, in all honesty, okay, so look at this. Okay. We'll look at him first, up close. Okay. All right. So we can look at the eyes if you want. We can see more of an upturn. Whereas Tony Klein's and the Suns, they go down. They come down this way instead of upwards. Okay. Anyway, so the nose. I want you guys to honestly do me a favor. Use your eyes here for a second again, please. Look at the shadowing around the nose. Come down from the eye here and follow the shadowing. And you'll see right here, it kind of looks more like a lump. And again, just look at the shadowing here and there. But look at the eyes. Look at that. Okay. Okay. Hi, Frank. How are you? Hi, Andrew. How are you? Hi, CGS. Okay. So the nose, right, comes out. But again, you just have to really just look, right? Like, this isn't all the evidence in the world here. Okay. So I could put this one beside the smoke. Remember that smoke picture that's black and white? It will look identical. Okay. So I'm going to ask chat. Okay. There's 60 people in here. Okay. Feel free to hit that button. So between Tony Klein and Keegan Dunker, 1 for Keegan Dunker, 2 for Tony Klein. If you think that Keegan Dunker looks more like the BG, or Tony Klein would be number 2. So I'll just let chat decide for themselves. Not really sure how to put side to sides. So I'm just asking, like I said. Okay, so I'm seeing a lot of 1s to Keegan Dunker. Hi, Joey. How are you? Okay, so, and like I said, this isn't me trying, like, again, this is my POI. I'm just trying to show you the differences. I could sit here all day long and put people's faces right in the middle and do the same thing. And we can eliminate so many people. I mean, you could eliminate them just by the age, first of all. Anyone that is even over the age of, like, say, 35, I would just get rid of. BG vid on James Jam, very interesting. No, not really, Andrew. Well, it is. No, I don't want to take away from James Jam on certain things, but it's very misleading to people that don't understand what he's showing you. Because with James Jam, He's, let me just bring this down here, sorry. With James Jam, okay? And this is where I want you guys, like I said, to pay attention and listen, okay? So I took the video itself and I took, oh, I wish I could show you guys how many pictures I've taken. And then what happens is I run it through like a reel. I can do it like a movie. You know, like the stickman on the thing. What's up with the Weber guy? I want to know what he looks like. Deb, you want to find me a picture of Webb and send it into um, Messenger, if you can, or anybody. Well, I shouldn't say anyone. Okay. If anyone has a good picture of Weber, you can send it to delphimurders@gmail.com. Deb, if you can, you know where to send it to in my messenger, our messenger, I should say. So we'll look at that in a bit. Interesting and very clear video of the bridge guy of James. Andrew, if you're okay, you're talking about the artificial intelligence, right, Andrew? Okay. Here, I mean, okay. Let's go. Let's go over to James Jam. Um, yeah, this is where people, um, like I said, only, what's his called? James Jam Delphi. Okay, Delphi. Okay. Okay, so let's see this one. This one was 3 weeks ago. What the hell is this one? What the hell? Okay, let me, you know what? Let's watch this for a minute. On this 3 minute and 41 second one. And then we can talk about it if you want. Okay, so let me just go here. We'll stop screen and we'll share screen. Okay, so let me share the screen. And we're going to make it bigger. Okay, you know what? Whatever. YOLO, let's hit play, right? Okay, guys. All right, Jenny. Okay, so yeah, I'll take myself. Well, not sure on that vid it was shush. Well, no, let's do the 3 minute and 41 second one. Okay, so let's just take a look at it. And as we go through it, if I see something, I'm gonna stop it and we'll talk about it for a second. Okay, so let's hit play. Do this. Oh, I gotta turn that down.
In the days since police made this tragic discovery, the Delphi community has been
Okay. You know what that video offered? Let's see here. Okay. You know what that video offered? 99.9% shit. That's what that video offered. Sorry, Jam Stream, on that one. The other one actually offered a little bit more. You know why it offered shit? I'll tell you why it offered shit. Because that's an AI program, which is meant to oh, hold on, Digital, hi. Oh, hi, Digital. You see, I remember you, Digital, from when you were in Graz's chat, and you couldn't stand my voice more than you could Mind Shock's. So have a good day. I'm booting your ass, dude. Have a good one. Block user. See, I don't put up with that shit. If I see you backstabbing me in another room, go kiss my ass. Okay? Kiss my ass. Sometimes I go into rooms and I see shit like that. And so I seen what he was saying. So kiss my ass, dude. Get your own information. All right. Look at Hammer. Look at Hammer. Looked like Hammer, damn it. Okay, so let's go back to that video for a sec. Absolutely do not use that video at all. At like 0% to use that video. The only thing in that other video that's like a minute long, the only thing honestly that you're going to get from that other video is a few markings. That's the only thing I look for. Actually, no, I'm wrong. At the very last end of that, you'll see a mole that's on Keegan Dunker's eyelid right here. That's one of the very nominal things that you got out of that. Other than that, that thing literally put glasses on him. It made the hat look like it was some sort of freak show thing going on. Like, I don't even know what that was. It created, like I said, glasses, because that's the whole point of AI. It's trying to take this shitty ass image and trying to transform it. Now, I have done the same thing myself, and one day I got lucky. And that's where I got my markings from. That video was one that James Jam, and I'm sorry to say this, James Jam, but because you know what he was trying to do was a good thing, but it's not a good thing. I had literally somebody come to me and go, you know, that the BG has brown eyes. No, artificial intelligence is implementing what it thinks it's seeing. Okay, so it gave it brown eyes. It gave the BG brown eyes. Do you honestly think from the video that Libby dropped us that we could tell what eyes the BG had? Hell no. And so anyway, so what I'm telling you is all of a sudden you've seen little hairs come down. The whole time you were watching that, it put let's see, like markings of ear over here. It wasn't showing the microphone, you know, the headphones on there. And the only thing that even nominal thing again, honestly, would have been a nose that kind of looked like the nose, but not really either. It was just, it's the worst. I hate to say this, but it's one, like, do not follow that video. You will never find the BG following that video. You might get more proportions of the face. It literally cleaned up most of the moles. There's a few spots in that video where you'll see a few little moles if you look hard enough. Now, I use moles mostly and the features of the face, but moles mostly, okay? Just because AI will pretty much clean up it all, but it will leave a few things here and there. What can I say? That did not look like the BG. Does not look like the BG. It was trying to put something into AI, hoping that you would get something out of it. But again, it would be very reckless of someone to go by that video if they haven't put a lot of time into looking at the first video. Because the only time that that video of the AI would work, well, first of all, you know, if it was a decent video that Libby had in a sense, but it wasn't. But she left us a gift, you know, regardless. The only video I ever used is right. And that's exactly it, Jenga. It's the same one, you know. But in saying that, Digger took that same video from the site because that's what he told me to. And all he did was put it here, bring it closer, and bring it closer. So if anyone has their camera, they can go do this themselves. Okay. No, and it doesn't. It literally, so people are going to walk around now going, "Well, the BG has brown eyes, so now we're looking for somebody with brown eyes." We all know how many stupid people are around here. Seriously. Okay. We've seen enough comments here to understand that people will go and they'll believe that those eyes are brown. Doesn't matter what you throw at them, or that they have glasses on. Me and Todd have a running joke about the glass thing because, again, it's AI trying to implement the features, right? But you guys all know what the video looks like, right? And then you see that, and it's like you got little hair growing everywhere, you got skin on the ears coming out. I understand that, the elephant man, but like I said, I have the hindsight. But when people just go to this video and go, "Oh yeah, that's what the BG kind of looks like," that's just not even doing your due diligence at all. That's not doing your homework at all. And I'm just trying to say, like, here, you guys, I can show you what you need to do to figure it out for yourself, and go figure it out for yourself if you're that concerned about who the BG is. But it means getting off your ass, don't be lazy, putting time and effort into it, and then you'll be rewarded with your own, um, great assessment of who the BG is. Sorry, I'm just kind of looking at some of these. Exactly. I appreciate what he was trying to do. Right? Because that's somebody that's trying to do something. Unfortunately, it missed the mark 99% at least. Missed it. Missed it that much. No one would ever find the BG. With that, unfortunately, the only thing that people would probably be looking for is, does somebody have that nose that kind of goes like up, but yet it's missing the nose by the mark as well. So that's why I had the AI one. When I finally got a picture out of it, all I looked for was markings. That's the only useful thing to me was, does Keegan Dunker have this marking on his face? And does he have this one? Okay. It's no different. Like, there's one marking in particular, that for me, I can see it straight off, which is a little mole on the nose. Probably the same damn mole that I found in the first place. But it's shaped, when you look at it through, I'll show it in a bit, but unless you literally have that picture on your iPad yourself, type of idea, you'll see it a lot clearer than when it comes through. So at the end of the day, like I said, people can bash me all they want. I don't care. Like I said, I spent my time looking for all these different markings that I can go boom, 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 you know, and it's just ignorant when people say, "No, you can't. No, you can't. You can't do that. You can't do that." Yes, I can. Yes, you can. That's the difference. You can do that too. You can do exactly what I'm doing. I never, right? This whole time, it just started from, how can I help? What? No, not even can I help. What can I do while I'm taking some downtime to look at the BG? It just didn't seem like rocket science that, what, the clothes are deceptive. Nobody's obviously found him in the 3.5, 4 years that I've been, about, yeah, 3.5 years, that I've been watching, in a sense. No, sorry, 3.5 years prior to me learning about the case. And it just didn't seem like it was rocket science to just whip out my phone and just go, "Oh, you know what? I figures the one that comes closer." It's amazing what you could truly find out. Now, out of, say, 600 pictures, I might get anywhere from 1 to 10 pictures that I find useful to me, to be honest. And it's because, even though that video clipping is like 1 point whatever seconds long, you know, depends, right? That just that vague second. It's amazing sometimes what it can pick up in another one. But it's not even about picking it up. What it's about is, when you're doing that, and let me just take this down, okay? When you're doing that, okay, guys. So if anyone wants to do it themselves, it's sometimes you'll find it's a matter of where you're holding that, and it's just trial and error, like I did. You take some pictures and you're going, "Ah, shit, that one looks really grainy." Well, those ones are useless. Get rid of them. And it's like digging for the needles in the haystack. And by doing it, to be honest with you, and then you realize that, hey, like, maybe from this, because again, it starts off far, it comes in mid range, and then it comes in closer. The best ones I like to take are mid range, but then when it comes in closer, I'm just like, "Brr, what's on your freaking head, buddy? What's on your freaking back? I can see it. I can see that stupid pulley arrow freaking thing. I can see it. What the hell is it? Just like, on the arm or something like that. Like, what the hell is that thing? I wish I was a freaking hunter or something, then I'd probably know it better. I just always feel like I'm a few steps back because I don't know shit all about I don't know shit all about radio shit. I don't know shit all about freaking bows and arrows and freaking quivers and shit like that. I just come to learn it as I keep looking at pictures. And I'm just like, come on, somebody has to know that thing that's on his arm. Like on the left hand side when you're looking at it, like that thing, like what the frick is it? And so it has a hook. If anyone has ever looked hard enough, they can see that the thing coming down his arm has like a hook, you know? And it's kind of like this thing that I was showing in the graveyard, that piece that the cross is on that you can see. Anyways, you guys don't know how much time I wasted on freaking all these pictures. I don't want to say wasted, but it was a lot of time. And the only thing I could make out was that there was some sort of something that looked like it was a bow and arrow, and I could match up some parts to that. I could see the pulley system, but it was almost, what was weird about it? For the longest time, when you play it, when I take 600 pictures, and you play it like a movie roll, and you can almost see it's like a camera string, like a bing, ging, 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 and you're just like going, dude, what the fuck is that thing? It's driving me crazy. And then after a while, you just go, you know what? I'm going to move on back to the face again because I'm never going to figure this out. I've tried, I don't know what you're saying. Show me too. We appreciate all your hard work and dedication. Yeah, thanks so much. Not looking for kudos, but thank you so much for saying that, Sandy. I just want you and anyone that's doing it, if they truly want to spend time, quit worrying about the storyline, right? If you guys really want to know who the BG is, quit worrying about the storyline and just worry about his face. Use what's his name? Digger X8X or whatever. Use that one or do it yourself. Go to the ISP site if you want and then create your own video that comes forward. But if you're not and you don't have the capabilities to know how to do that, then just go use his. It's the same video off the ISP. I remember him telling me, oh, it wasn't hard. I just got it from the ISP. So I know. I don't think so. Well, I think more than some and less than others, Like I said, I just don't think that, like you don't have to have this like why do people keep thinking that like that I had to be in like a forensic or something? Why aren't people just good at doing certain things? Why isn't that just good enough for some people? If you work on cars, but yet you're not a mechanic, does that take away from the fact that you're good at working on cars? So I say the same thing to you. I didn't go into this going, oh, let me pull up my magnifying glass and my iPad and shit. It's just, I just had time. I wanted to spend time looking at it. Right. And I found like the best time to do it on my iPad was at night when there's only my light lamp on, or even without that on. Just my iPad and the light from my iPad allows you to see easier. You could never see the same thing in the daytime. You just can't. You need the darkness and the iPad to really see the markings more so. Not always, but it's a really good. Um, if you mess with negative filters, you can discover a lot about the BG. Yes, absolutely. hmm Absolutely. Unfortunately, we cannot use the tech we have as members of the public to solve a murder case. The tech we have is far less efficient to those in its authorities. Um, I'm not even sure what that means, to be honest. Unfortunately, we cannot use the tech we have as members of public. Well, no, that's true. But you know what? My information that I showed or whatever, regardless, goes to FBI, and that's their job to do the rest of it. I'm just showing, hey, if you didn't know who it was, I'm giving you everything that I have. And I wasn't one of those people that just says, here you go, here's my POI. No, I built a bunch of stuff around before I sent it in because I'm not there to, waste my time or waste their time. So I would build around the pictures, the different things, whatever it was, whether it was a cryptic note that went in, the mask, blah, 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 blah. And then that's their job to take that from there. I'm just doing my part. And regardless if anyone believes it's the BG or not, I don't care. I did my part. The other part was just waiting to see whatever happened. Yeah. And then some people are going, well, if you don't know, blah, 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 you're going to look like a fool. I don't think the day's going to come that I'm going to look like a fool, to be honest with you. But if I do, you know what? I'm positive. I'm not going to look like a fool. I'm not. I know I did my homework on this, So let's just say to you guys out there, 99.9%, I feel like I'm right. Just so that I have that margin of error for myself, type of idea, because apparently people think that it's too cocky if I say 100%. But again, this is exactly what I did. I didn't focus on the storyline. I literally just focused on him. That was it. With this section was a pulley ball. Made me feel crazy. That section. Yeah, behind his back. Hey, Jinga, just to ask you, and you don't have to. Did you want to come on the live? You can come sit here and talk with me if you want. You can talk about what you think if you like. I'm putting that out there. You don't have to, but I'm just putting it out there if you do. Weber is okay. Now, I was gonna wait for Adam to come on too before I kind of went and found Weber's picture and attached it, just because instead of wasting your guys' time watching me do it. That okay. That's what you're referring to. Yeah. You know, you know, how everyone can have their own feelings and own thoughts and everything like that. My personal thought is that people want to know the answers, and I think that they could if they really put a lot of work into it. They could, but I find it very defeating by some purposes because, well, is it really though? So James Jam, okay. I mean, it's making people keep talking about it and doing different things like we talked about yesterday. Is it showcasing the BG? No, but people have their own brains, but if somebody doesn't really know about AI, well, I'm just trying to tell you, it's good when it wants to be, right? Like if you have a picture of yourself that's blurry and then you stick it in and you want it to look great, you're gonna look fabulous. But when you have a distorted video, any type of thing, you're not gonna you're trying to get a grain of salt to come out of that video, because we all know how, like you guys have no idea the where my face turned up in the AI, but I took it for its markings. It's like the face is over here, and you know where it put the face? It put it almost like where the arm is over here. And I'm like, it looked like a freaking gremlin attached to the guy. But I didn't care about that part. I was just looking for the damn moles to match him up to his face. And sure as shit, So in saying that, so let's just go to one, okay? Yeah, I know you sent me Brad's. And again, no one's joining me tonight, so I'm all lonely. I'm not sure if Jenga wants to come on and talk or not. Anyone can come on if they want to talk. I mean, I don't care. Somebody else wants to come on and talk with me, go ahead. Um, just saying, I'll drop a link. So let's go to perhaps okay. This one? Yeah, let's just do this. Why not? Okay, why not? Okay, even though it's still, I could do better. I could do better for that one. I know I could. I'm not gonna lie. I put time into them, but I don't put an excess amount of time into them, because after people trash you so much, after a while, you're just like, screw it. I'm not really gonna do pictures. I'll do them when I want to, how I want to, when I want to, you know, type of idea. If people want to believe it. But after a while, it just gets a little bit defeating when no matter what you show, people are just gonna bash you. But I feel like I've just got enough that I don't really need to keep growing my pictures. I could, I guess. I throw out a few here and there. Mostly I'll keep them for myself. Um, just because it's personal knowledge. It's for myself, yeah. That I do this for Abby and Libby, and that will always be the foremost of why I do this. never for anybody else. You know, even the parents and whatever. Yeah, I want to see justice for them, but this is for Abby and Libby. That's it. Okay, so let me take this down. Okay, so we have this one, right? Okay, so let's see. All right, so you guys see where I have the markings, yeah? Okay, so we have Keegan's face, Keegan Dunker, not Klein. We have it on the left-hand side, of course, here. And then we have, this is the artificial intelligence, the one picture that ever came out for me that I've tried. That, and you know what, you guys don't even understand. This was one of the most shittiest pictures I ever used. I was on Sleuth's channel the one night, and he had 4 people up in a line. I thought, you know what the hell? I'm just gonna take a picture. I wasn't even thinking of AI to throw it into. I was just like, I'm gonna put it into Photo Express or whatever, eh? And then I thought, yeah, and you know what? I'm just gonna throw it into the AI. And then all of a sudden, this little gremlin face appears, and I'm like, what the hell is this? And I'm looking at it, and I'm like, okay, it's doubling up his face, but I don't give a shit. I'm just looking for markings. Uh, Joey, Sonny, don't let people get to you. You did a great job. I remember, you know what, Joey? Yeah, I mean, I've come a long way from the trolls to being more affected than I used to be. It was just very disheartening because I thought, how could you show people shit? And then it's like it's clearly in their face, and they'll give you something totally off the planet, and you're just like, how? But when it happens so many times, like near the start, it used to just bug me how many people were so ignorant. Now I just don't give a shit, to be honest with you, because it's not about anybody but Abby and Libby and the FBI and them bringing justice. And that's the bottom line. I don't even give a shit who brings the justice. Just, I would like to move on with my life from this case, to be honest with you. But I feel like I'm morally bound. I've morally bound myself to it. I could walk away any day, but would it make my heart ache that I did? Yeah, I wish I wasn't an empath sometimes, and I wish I was sometimes cold hearted just so I can go, screw other people. But it's not me. And so I just kind of feel morally bound to this case, to be honest with you, and Suzanne Morphew. But anyway, let's just go here. So I know it looks better when you bring it out, but so this is what I'm saying, right? You guys can see that there's a mole on his nose, and then we have a mole on here. So it doesn't matter if it's not quite in the same spot, because if you look at up here, to be honest with you, the mole's in its proper spot over here, but it's doubling up. But again, this is through doing your own work and realizing where markings are. So it's always about what are the chances? What are the chances? Yes, Maverick, it's impacted so many people. Absolutely. It's a huge case. I don't even think about it, to be honest with you, that way. Um, I just keep hoping and praying that it has closure. I'm selfishly going to say for myself as well, because, you have to keep finding your balance of how being drained. And I don't look at anything else besides this case 95%. But I keep seeing those 2 beautiful girls' smiles. They did not deserve what happened to them. And, these people need to pay. I understand why this case is taking a long time now, especially after the transcripts. It makes sense. And so I know they're working hard, but you know that there's multiple people involved because there's multiple cases that it is trickling down from, or trickling up from, however you want to look at it. But anyways, so this little marking here, right, is a little blip on his nose. And even if it is enhanced, doesn't mean that Keegan's walking around with this big ball on his lip. This is just, see, but you can see it here in this photo here, right? So, right, I'm asking to you is when I'm showing you a picture after picture. So you guys looked at the first picture, yeah, and you're like, yeah, number 1 looks like the BG. Okay, let me show you why he looks like the BG. In my case, why he is the BG. But let me just show you guys why, okay? And what you could do if you wanted to yourself. So you guys can see that dot, and it's right over here as well. Okay. Now there was another dot here, but it didn't show up as well here. There was actually a dot over here, but it just didn't, it was almost as vibrant as this one, but it didn't come out on his face vibrant enough. So I left it alone. I know it's there, but I left it alone. I think if you guys look, because you'll find, how do I say that? You guys know how when you're taking a picture and it's reversed and like this is really on this side, you know, if you guys go back and you want to look at that video that I just showed you on James Jam, look underneath of his nose and look to see if you see a little mole there. Because you will. I seen it when I was watching the video, and I was like, "Oh, that's when I'll go look at it again." That's because I know to look at it. But you'll find that there's a little mole underneath the BG's nose because sometimes it leaves something in there, and other times it don't. There's another part of that video where I can see where there's a mole on, like over here, more on the cheek side or something like that. And all I'm looking for is to either does he have them or does he not? Okay, but if I keep taking pictures and I keep finding the moles, right? It's like right here, if I really wanted to, I could sit here and point out this one, but it's not noticeable to you guys. It might be noticeable to me. Kind of like, over here, um, he's got the button chin, but this AI here kind of like doubled up his chin, but he has like that little button chin. And you can see, actually, this one's in the wrong spot. This one actually should have been here, right here. See this mark here? If you can't see it, it actually should have been here. My bad on that one, to be honest with you. So I'll take that one down. And share. Like I said, if some of you guys are bored, I don't care. Have a good night, then leave. So, yeah, this stuff interests me. It interests me because it's kind of like, it's like having a shitty video and you've done everything you can to try to mimic. Okay, let's see. Let's just take a look at this one, for instance. I don't know why that one's there. Why is that one there? Okay. I want to show that one, or is that one boring? Wait, is this the one? What? No, that's not the one. Okay, I'll show the other one that's similar to this. What the heck? Why not yellow? Okay. Pictures. Okay, so I'll share this one. So there's that marking again. It's not as big as what it comes out to be. Okay, the mole on the nose. And then obviously, here's the mole on the nose, right? Again, distorted picture, but whatever. It double lips in a sense. Okay. Now see in this one, you don't see that little mark as much because I'm just trying to use the pictures that best showcase where the moles are. It's hard. It's a lot of work too. But you see this little mole here, the little whiteness here. Okay. So if you look from here to here, you're going to find like that same angle of where this mole is in a sense. And at the end of the day, it's like kind of like the same angle, but it's little things like this, Okay. Now, unfortunately, it's not on this picture and it's on one somewhere else. Okay. There, you guys see right here, right between the T and the I. Okay. Can you guys see that? Okay, this one right here doesn't look like much. Doesn't look like much. Okay, but it's funny how this little mole always doesn't seal the deal, but it is. It's one of the deal sealers for me. I mean, this stuff too. But that mole right here on the nose, right here. And unfortunately, it's okay. Let me go back to the picture. Let me see if it's on the other picture. Okay, that mole right here. Okay, it kind of goes right in line with the nose here. But let me go see back to the other picture again. I want to see if it's, I'm missing a picture. No, it's not in that picture. No, No, I'd have to find it again. It's on my iPad somewhere. Doesn't matter. Anyways, that mole right there, I have it on another picture. I've shown it in other videos. But anyway, I'll do another, maybe, I don't know. I might do another videos where I just compact everything again and talk about it. I'm not really sure, to be honest with you. Um, I don't like to put myself in making promises and not keeping them. Oh, okay. Let's look at this one. Does anybody say anything? If it's boring, it's much better than sensationalist. So many channels sensationalize the case. Yeah, no, and yeah, you know. I try. I like to show people like what they can do if they wanted to, but after a while, let me put it this way: as time has gone on and subscribers have grown, there's more people now that are understanding um, the case. And if what I find kind of funny is like kind of from yesterday, that all these people that have been bashing me with the whole Garrett Kurtz and that whole timeline, and then now people are starting to talk about it as if it, is like, well, I guess it's new to them. Um, but it's one of those things. Garrett Kurtz and Chris Mathis um, wouldn't be talking about things about Delphi murders. They wouldn't. Why would they even bring it up at all? They wouldn't. Why? So they are thinking each other out. So it's kind of like the circle is here, and I have saying to you guys that I'm trying to keep within the circle. If I go out in the direction of Fouts and further, that's just too big. That's just way too much. But because those like even a shock to me, to be honest, because those transcripts have come out, now we really know about um, Keegan and his dad, and really what was going on with um, Libby's information. Yeah. Um, so now we can put a lot more to the timeline and understand that this thing was murderous. But it this is how I felt, and I probably said this back months ago when they dropped Keegan Klein in there. I didn't pay no attention to him because I felt if he had anything to do, he was tangled up somewhere else. And if he had anything to do, and here I'm using my hands like, anyways, to do with the Dropbox, okay, of the lure. I've never ever not thought that the girls were lured. I always have. I just couldn't shake my head off of them being lured. It's the only thing that made sense, but it's the only thing that made sense to the storyline I was trying to show people, right? The BG, for me, 100%. The storyline, I'm just following what people are saying with regards to whether it was family members talking about, hey, true crime, how are you? Even see your live. Yeah, even neighbor's been screaming all night. Oh, your neighbor has been screaming all night. Yeah. Um. Yeah, I'm not sure. Hey, it's like what? What time is it there? Like 5:20 or 4:20 in the morning or something like that? Oh, absolutely. I know that I seen your comment the other day in somebody's channel. I think it was Graz, when he was being a dick that other night. Um, but anyway, I seen your comment about, yeah, she thinks it's Dunker or whatever. I just had been in there for about 5 minutes till I seen he was trashing people, but whatever. Um, anyway, so no, it's nothing has changed at all. Um, has yours changed? Like I don't even know who you think it is or don't think it is, or if you're not really into your own PI. Mine's always been the same. It will never change at all. And no, actually, what's funny about it, bloke, is actually more people are talking about the whole Derek German. See, what happened is that Derek Derek German was supposed to like testify for this big case, like a big drug dealer. Um, basically, and this is from some of the family. When I say family, I'm not going to sit there and go, "Oh, this is like from Libby's side or Anna's side and stuff like that." We'll just say um, people within the family or around the family type of idea. Um, so anyway, kind of like somebody put up a Facebook yesterday, and it was very interesting. Because we know, I'm pretty sure most of you guys that know of Macrina Clerkin, is that how I say that? Karina McClurkin, um, and Michael Phillips. He has a lot of good things to say. Um, I think you're a good person. I just wanted to know about curiosity. I don't like to assume things because I don't want to be wrong. I know you didn't. No, you didn't trash me. You just said something like Sonny's on like a dunker, thinks it's dunker or something like that. Oh, is it 420? Wait, it's 420 here. Oh, 420. You know what? I'm so sorry. January, February, March, April. You know what? I was thinking when you said that. I'm like, dude, it's not weed day. It's only like the 18th. That's how tired I am on there. I don't know if you're up for it, you can come on now, bloke. If you're not, I mean, remember you did bail on me that one I just had. But no, if you want to, you can. If you're really tired, just go to bed. Hi, Mama. How are you? Mama, I'm not sure if you wanted to come on or not. It's up to you. Anyone, really. Bloke, if you do, but don't feel obligated. I'm not here to make anyone feel obligated. Mama, if you do. Um, I think Adam's taking a long time to eat. So do you think Keegan D is a pedo? No, not at all. Involved with Anthony shots? No. Mm-mm. I think that Keegan was a peon that was probably offered money or drugs to do. I think that Keegan was used from Garrett Kurtz and Palladino. I think I my gut feeling for me is that Keegan, as much as he's the BG to me, he's the least of the players, in a sense. So although he, like I said, because I'm not gonna sit here and say he's the murderer. Yeah. I'm just gonna say that with Keegan, I feel like that, how Garrett said, like, this is the only guy that's ever had my six, had my back. I just think that that Austin Popejoy and Garrett Kurtz knew each other, because obviously if Garrett Kurtz knows a lot of people and a lot of people are scared of him. Yeah. Um, so if Austin Popejoy, or if Keegan Klein shared a post from Austin Popejoy and they're good friends, correct. I'm not saying he's the killer. I'm just saying he's the BG. The FBI can determine the rest of that shit. Um, so at the end of the day, to me, it's about that he was a player, a peon in the whole thing. And his job was to lure. Relation to Anthony shots. What's the motive? The motive still will be that that this is what will think it's going like, is that Palladino, Garrett Kurtz, whoever knows Keegan Klein, used the Dropbox to get the girls to get lured to there. It's not so far off, if even just to think that perhaps Garrett Kurtz is by and stuff like that he would know Keegan Klein. Regardless, Garrett Kurtz knows pretty much everybody. I mean, the guy just knows a lot of people. And from people that know Garrett Kurtz, he's someone that, just like Chris Mathis said, yeah, he's someone, multiple people. Yeah, absolutely. So to me, it starts off with the murders, um, Callum, and it goes to, but the people that are involved in the murders used the Dropbox to get them to lure, to bring them there, is probably what might end up happening here, because Keegan, of course, filled the thing. Just when you look at the transcripts and what they talked about, like I said, it's like a door. It's like, here we go, up until the murders. The phone was talking with Anthony Shots that morning of the 8 a.m. And then it was like the Anthony Shots account says, like, oh, I was supposed to meet up, but she never showed up. Really? you know? And then so it's like this window that's open that he's talking here, he's omitting here, and then he's talking again over here afterwards, doing all that searching, DNA searching. Okay, the guy is guilty as shit that he knows something. Okay, anyone that's looking up John Bonet, and okay, because I know both those cases very well. Anyone that's looking up John Bonet, why can't I think of OJ Simpson? I have a really bad joke for that one. But anyways, anyone that's looking up that, kind of like what the lady's talking about. And Mama, did you want to come on? Let me know. Just let me know in the chat or in the whatever. Because I have the mute. I have the muted the channel. Our channel muted. Not our channel, but our messenger. But anyways, so just anyone that's even looking at that, why are they looking at that? I'll tell you why they're looking at that. Just like the lady said, they're looking at that because these are unsolved crimes in a sense. OJ, guilty as fucking shit. Okay? Guilty, guilty. That guy, what a bunch of crock of shit that case was. I watched that entire damn ass case. Who's a pedo? So who's a pedo? Or just wanting junkie? A junkie wanting dollars. That is the group. Palladino, Ashley Garth, Keegan Dunker, Garrett Kurtz. And probably I wouldn't doubt it if Gabe Ellis and shit like in Tyler French, like I said, had it out for Derek German. Like that guy pissed people off, you can tell. And hence why there was all these drug busts, like that person was saying in the posts. You guys, I'm sure, will come to find that that was true. And that this was a revenge-based thing to lure the girls. But we'll see. Yeah. That transcript was very telling of a lot of things. But it's funny how, like I said, a lot of people are now going, oh, they're like, what did somebody say? Was it Deb or somebody? And that Kelsey might actually know who Palladino is? And so let me put it this way. There's someone in the Palladino friends list that's named Christian Marchand. Now, Becky's name is Becky Marchand. And now this guy's a druggie. So whether it's a nephew or a side nephew, whatever, right? These people know the Palladinos. So again, you know, um, Derek became an informant. Hence why there was drug busts, right? Hence why the time that he got doesn't equate. And Judge Fouts, oh, Judge Fouts, you precious little piece of shit. Thoughts on Maddie McCain's parents? Oh, I've seen the case, not enough to judge them. I'm gonna say, if I went with my gut, I'm gonna say innocent. If you're thinking that they were involved, you mean? I would say no. Just from what I've seen. OJ set the standard for getting away with murders in modern times. Absolutely maverick on that. Okay, try to sleep for the past. Okay, thanks for chatting and being in Cheryl. Do you look up Alan Kempo? Alan Kempo, meth head caught with CP. CP being who's CP? Remind me before you go. CP, CP. Who's CP, guys? CJ Palladino. Who's CP? There's so many freaking initials. Oh, Cody Patty. Okay. Did you look up Alan Kempo? Meth head caught with CP. You know what? I think that Cody and I think that the family knows. Okay, it's been said, yeah, that Becky has said that we're like literally, legitly, people have said it that when the girls were whatever. Okay, into a messenger, mama, that she said they have our girls. Okay, people have said that. Look, I was there. I've had a family member say it to me. Hi, Jane. Thank you so much. Mama, I'll put it in the thing here, okay? On there. I'm going to do this. I'm sorry, Karina, but I'm deleting you out of my life, or at least out of here. I'm going to block her. Nothing good has happened since she's come into the live with her and Bree, probably the same damn ass person. Yeah. So whoever sees Karina in here, she might come underneath a different name, but I'm blocking her from here. Just too much bullshit keeps seeming to happen with around her. So, I've never given someone that much chances to have bullshit on there. Hi, Mama.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good, good,
Good.
good. I'm tired, obviously, a little bit here, but yeah, what you up to?
Nothing. Sitting here listening to you.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
Adam was supposed to come on, but he said he was eating, but maybe he fell asleep. um. Okay, Sunny. Don't have a good on and send love to your English. Good night, bloke. You take care. All the best. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Hi, Jen. How are you? Yeah. Get some rest there, bloke. He's a good guy. Anyone that honestly isn't subscribed to Bloke, True Crime Bloke, nice guy, nice channel. Just keep it real. If you keep it real, can't go wrong, right?
Right.
Yeah. Keep it real and stay away from trouble. Adam must be eating good. Oh yeah, I feel like Adam went to like the farm, the big farm. I think he took over Deb's job there and decided that he was gonna look into the whole animal thing, the bunny ranch and different things. And he's probably sitting there like cutting the cow up right now, still cooking it. 'Cause that's how long he's taking. So I'm not really sure. Anyway, what's up, Mama?
Nothing much. Just
Yeah,
chilling.
yeah. Um, Did you have anything that you wanted to say about the transcripts or the case or anything? Or what?
Uh,
Like, I don't know. Whatever you want to say, feel free.
I mean, I listened to the first two parts about the transcripts, and like, I listened to it twice, and I was just like,
Oh, mm,
oh, this is so disturbing. You know.
yeah.
I
Yep.
think that I want to sit down and actually like go through it and just, yeah.
I was I was gonna say I literally had okay. For me personally, and Adam said the same thing, but for me personally, the last hour for me is what I kept replaying over and over and over and over and over on the podcast.
Yeah.
And then because I wasn't paying attention to it, like it's very long. And so, but the last hour is just paying attention here, there, type of thing.
Right.
Um, so even though I like to see things visually, in this particular case, I wanted to listen and I would just keep hitting rewind. Okay, listen again, rewind. Like I
Right.
must have did that probably 20 times the night that it came out. Just hit
Right.
last hour. Did you find that the last hour was more?
I just felt like all of it was just, I was on the edge of my seat
I know.
because, like, I started listening to it while I was at the grocery store.
Let me turn off my cam for a second. Go ahead.
I'm just like, holy crap, you know? And like when the first part was done, I know like I didn't realize that the second part was like out, because it wasn't released on the thing
Oh,
yet.
I remember that because it wasn't
And
supposed to
so,
be.
like, I was standing there in the kitchen, like when I got home from the store and everything and putting groceries away, and like it ended, and I'm like, are you serious? Like, I feel like, man, I need to hear more of this, you know? And then when the second part came out, when you guys let me know, like, hey, the second part's out, I was like, oh my gosh. And I sat there and I listened to it, and just so many thoughts were just going through my mind about, the possibilities of the different connections, where this all leads, what this means. And I just, wow, you know, just crazy. Wow.
You
Wow.
know,
And
go
there are
ahead.
a lot of clues that are hidden inside of this. Like, if you really sit down and
Right.
listen to it. There's so many clues, and
Yeah.
it's so many different directions, but it all ends up being this huge puzzle piece that
Mhm.
all the pieces fit and lace so intricately. It's very mind-boggling in my
Mhm.
opinion. It just I don't know.
You know what? I walked away with it. If I was just to sum it up in a very easy thing, what I walked away with was Keegan's a liar. Um, Keegan knows he's a liar. I don't like remember how we talked about this yesterday. Keegan is fully aware, issues or mental issues or not. Keegan is fully aware that he's a liar. It's like a little boy to me, you know. Go ahead. So I was just gonna say, what I walked away from is, dude, you your Dropbox is probably what got the girls to go. Someone basically that knows you, right? Like that knows got you, used you as a service in a sense to lure those girls there that day over with probably the Anthony shots because that's how I see this working out. That the connection is that Palladino, Garrett Kurtz, whichever, maybe it was even Gabe Ellis that was, you know what I mean, like the revenge motive, regardless. So I just kind of walked away that Keegan, you are a liar. You're talking about the start, you're missing the middle, and you're talking about that end, and you're ignoring what truly happened. Yeah,
Yeah, I mean it's not even just the ring, it's the whole entire drug aspect with it too. It stretches so much further. And then
yeah,
like with the higher up people and
yeah.
things like that,
Well, you
just
know,
it's like a never ending circle because
yes,
at least some of these individuals are going to be arrested. They're going to have to face consequences for things
yeah,
that they've been involved in, things that they've done. But then it's also the concern that the people that are in a much higher in
yeah,
position that should be setting standards and not even just standards, but a like exemplary role model.
yeah,
You know what I mean? Like they're just you already know like it's a sickening feeling that these people are just going to skate by.
yeah.
How frustrating! Like it's yeah. I just ugh.
I, you know what? I think of my talk with Tiara, and I think of some of the things that she had said. And sorry, I'm just kind of showing pictures as we're
Oh,
doing
you're good.
just to show people as we're doing this. But anyway, um, I think of what, like I said, talking with Tiara. Tiara, if anyone doesn't know, Tiara is the escort, not the mistress. Okay, let's get this right. The escort um, that has the video of Judge Fouts going over there. And so, can I put us off to the side like this? Yeah, there we go. Okay. And I think of the names that she gave me. And I'm gonna go look into those names now. I shared them in our chat, not too like a while back, but enough so that it would drive you crazy if you tried to find them. I'm gonna drop them in the chat today, again, because we're talking about high ups, yeah. Like
Yes,
so actually we're talking about high ups, but we're also talking about like biker gang, strip club owners,
that's
yeah.
great.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Kokomo crew.
Mm-hmm.
And then you also gotta now factor in the dirty white boys.
Yeah.
I
Well,
mean, all of this, and it's just yeah, it all connects in so many different ways, and it's just freaking disturbing. It's disturbing.
yeah. Um, just quickly, Maverick says those are pretty compelling image matches. Do you think TK may be the fall guy for them? No, I don't think TK. I think people are trying to make him the BG. Um, is he like a piece of shit? Yeah. I don't really see TK being. Mama, do you see TK being involved, or is it just more of a Keegan Klein thing and his or do you think his dad's not talking to him because he's trying to distance himself because all this shit's coming out? Like, do you think TK is involved in some way?
Yes. I believe when they talk about um, the linguistics of the messages that were sent between, you know, Keegan and these young ladies or whoever it was that he was reaching out to, they mentioned the fact that there are two different people from that location talking. Um, and from all of the information that we've acquired as to the type of things that TK has within his past and things of that nature. And then, like, I look at, you know, his Facebook, honestly, like his incessant need to um, always be hugged up next to a female.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, like, this is not something that this is a learned behavior for
Yeah.
Keegan. This is something
Absolutely.
that he has been conditioned in. This is something that he finds that there's a sense of normality to it in his mind that is very, very disturbing,
Uh-huh.
you know. Um, and then they talk about the two people talking. I don't have any doubt that it was his dad. I mean, it was him and his dad residing in that house. Um, and not talking to him. Of course, he's probably not going to talk to him, especially when he knows that the police are not very far away from coming at him. You know,
Uh-huh.
got to take a look at the fact. We can't let the whole entire fact detour that, yes, Keegan Klein, they did the first raid on the house with Keegan Klein, you know, and all that jazz. But you have to remember that since Keegan's been locked up, the police did another raid on that very home.
Yeah.
And we learned that they took the dog. They probably took more than just the dog. I'm going to bet,
Right.
you know. Um, but there's suspicion there, and there's suspicion for very, very good reason. Um, yeah, I don't see him being not involved, honestly. I really don't.
Oh, and I think
I don't think that the police would have been questioning Keegan the way that they were regarding his father, regarding their relationship,
correct.
all of that things. I mean, what would that have to do with the price of rice in China if it didn't correlate with
Yeah.
this crime in some form or fashion?
Yeah. It's see, and this is where to me this was kind of like what I mean when they basically were interrogating Keegan there, or um it's like how they play like that good cop bad cop or whatever, and
Yes.
then and they're trying to get him to break, and they're like basically talking about his dad to him, hey, do you think your dad could do this? It's not, they know that Tony is not the BG, but that's how it was construed in their talking when they were talking like that. Do you think your dad could have done this? Da 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 da, right? But
You know what?
that's
This is what I think about too, is that given his history,
hmm
he has absolutely no qualms or quarrels when it
correct.
comes to being
To
um
murdering,
huh?
to what kids? Is that what you're going to say? The kid thing?
Yeah, his abuses toward children.
That's what I'm talking about. Yeah.
He has no problem like carrying out that task, completing that task, you know. Um
hmm Oh, absolutely.
there's so many things. So
Yeah.
many things. And then he works at the Chrysler plant. There's been drug issues at the Chrysler plant. I do not put it past that if Keegan was using drugs, I don't put it past his father to be using drugs at some given point in time either.
Yeah.
Mm.
Um. Now I have heard people tell me that Keegan Klein's phone dinged off for the CPS. I don't know where that even came from, but I've heard it a few times. Um and I don't the whole point was, Kate, Mama, when I was looking at this transcripts that Deb said again, yeah, um, and correct me if you heard it differently, but um, it was 8 a.m. that the shots account was talking with Abby's phone. Um, and then the girl said, so after the girls are, now murdered, the girl says, like whatever she said, oh my God, did you hear about Abby and Libby or something like that? Or did you hear about Abby and Libby? And then the response back was something like, oh my God, I was supposed to meet up with her, but she didn't show up. Did you take that as meaning that day? Because that's why they were kind of grilling him about that. Because that whole one section is where she's like, let's focus on what we're talking about, which was about the meeting part, whatever. Um, did you take that as that on the 13th that that account was supposed to meet up with Libby because it was talking to that account and that she didn't show up, and that's trying to almost like make an alibi, like almost to say like we had nothing to do, like I had nothing to do with it.
Yeah.
you know
I
that really sticks in my head, that part.
yeah.
Like meaning it just came off as, yeah, okay, fine, you busted me here, Anthony Shots, yeah, I was talking to this account, but yeah, she didn't show up. But yet when the girls were murdered, whatever, his phones were on what country road there. um so that's why it's kind of like she's saying like, well, what were you doing there? Like, what were you doing over there as the girls were being murdered? So some people think that, hey, Tony Klein was off and helping with the murders or part of the murders or whatever. I don't know honestly about that.
I mean, I would also have to say, though, we can't necessarily say that he did absolutely do it. I feel like he is a suspect. I feel like the police are questioning very deeply what's going on with him.
Mhm.
Um, but you also have to take into account that he is employed,
You know,
you
yeah,
know, and we don't know if he was at work that day. He could have been just been a part of that luring situation.
yeah.
As far as the grooming part goes online,
Like,
no, I can't say for sure that he was physically there, but I
well,
find it very compelling that they have returned to the house a couple of times. I find it extremely compelling that they are grilling Keegan about facts regarding his father, you know, his background. Like, you understand what I'm like, all of this, like, there's a reason why they're asking about his dad.
yeah, of
Believe his
course.
dad has some form or fashion of involvement in this crime. Doesn't necessarily have to be the man on the bridge. He doesn't
Yeah.
necessarily have to be the man who pushed the girls to whomever
Mhm.
it was that secured them or however they pulled this off.
Yeah.
But they don't just zero in on somebody for absolutely no reason at all
Yeah.
whatsoever. This has been 5 years.
I think if Tony's involved with anything, or like meaning that like if he was involved with the murders, I would think it was something more to do. If I was probably to guess myself, I would think it was more something to do with the whole big drug ring of the people, like because obviously, like he's a druggie himself. I think it would almost be more to do with that and the revenge against basically Derek, to be honest with you. I think it really just boils down to Derek. I think that the thing was a lure, that it was like the start of like it was planned, and that the lure happened by trying to get Liberty to talk to the account. When did Liberty first start talking to that account? Do you know?
I really don't
Yeah.
honestly know the answer to that.
Yeah. Okay. So I just think that it was a plan, like, hey, like this is on Derek, but okay, we're gonna get Liberty type of thing. We're gonna message her. We're gonna get her whatever. And then, but to me, it just feels like it's all about the drug ring and the revenge about Derek turning informant, with to do with the bigger part of the drugs. That this was their way of luring Libby to the bridge that day to get their justice. Because like if TK is involved, again, he wouldn't have no qualms about doing this, like about being part of killing the girls or whatever. I can't, like, right, if it's that way, regardless, you
Well,
know.
even if, okay, let's say for a fact that, or not for a fact, but
Anyway,
say, let's devil's advocate. Okay.
yeah.
let's say that he does have that attraction to young girls as well.
Well, he does. Yes, he does.
Not only being involved with, you know, drug affiliated, you know,
Yeah.
stuff, you also like him being attracted to that kind of thing and the way that they expect, like, this is not something new for them. This is something that, ugh, like, they get an excitement out of this type of behavior. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean, I've been told already that he likes him young.
And
Um,
so, like, if you're told, like, I need to get back at this guy, Derek German for whatever, blah, 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 and there's money owed or whatever it was, the circumstances, you know, they could have said to the most like derelict person that they know, like, hey, listen, we're going to hit him where it hurts and do this, and you get what you want.
mhm.
Could have been money, it could have been drugs, it could have been any number of things. But I think that it's just disgusting and disturbing. And it doesn't surprise me because as you're like looking into stuff, these days you're finding there are a lot of connections between drug rings, child rings, um, like it, you know what I mean? Trafficking, human trafficking, things like
Yeah.
that. Like a lot of these people are turning to multiple forms of revenue.
Yeah. Oh, right. And you know what? I remember in 2016, I think it was June, um, Keegan made a comment on his Facebook and it said, I need to get me a woman. And then when you opened up the comments, the first thing was from his dad that said, a job. Like the first thing you need is a job.
Yep.
And that's right. Because when he said Sarah was trying to cry wolf to me, like, this is affecting my haven't worked. No, dude, you know, like not saying he's not like a hard worker and does whatever, but he's a prodigy of a gamer and lazy in a sense in the other ways too. Like, whatever his story is, he's acting like he's been working like all these years and somehow no, dude. Obviously you were working. You got fired from Rural King. You worked at Indiana Packers. I'm not sure. He was doing logs. He was selling logs. So he's had. Let me put it this way: he's had jobs here and there.
Yeah, but
Or
between supplementing his income, I mean,
yeah. Hmm.
no.
Oh yeah, because how many times does he put stuff on buy and sell, and trying to sell stuff because he needs extra money? Like he's always in the trade group trying to sell shit. You know?
Well, I mean, is it possible that maybe his connection to these individuals was that he maybe picked up and started moving product for money?
Could be. I think it's through Garrett though. My gut feels like this is through Garrett. Hey, bud.
Absolutely. And then it connects to the other higher ups on the levels,
Mm-hmm.
shoppers, things of that nature. You know what I mean? I'm not saying he's a kingpin or anything. He may be
Right.
on the totem pole.
Oh, he's not like he's the bottom of the totem pole, to be honest with you,
You
to me.
understand?
Yeah. Like to me, he's like right at that bottom rung, to be honest with you. And to answer Jane, I've actually never thought Chris Mathis was involved, but he has knowledge. He's the one that's basically calling out Garrett. I wish Garrett would tell the truth about Delphi. It'd be a sweat off my back. I mean, come on, right? And then he's just sitting there going, yes, yeah. And then because she goes, I know, because it just seems like he can get away with whatever he wants, including murder. And he's just like shaking his head so fiercely, and shit. And you're just like, come on, there's answers there. Anyways, I personally think I could be wrong, but this is just my own personal opinion on this one. I just think that Keegan, um, this became he became that person asked, like Garrett asked him, hey, like because they know each other, but I think that it was because of Garrett that this is why Keegan is involved. I could be totally wrong. I just know that Keegan's the BG. The storyline could be totally wrong there. But if you look at his records, I mean, it's not like he's like, do you know what I mean? He's the least he's honestly the least of the people with shit going on. His is always to do with weed and his not driving with a license and stuff like that. Like you don't see meth on his list. I don't believe. I don't think there's meth on his. And like Garrett Kurtz, Ashley Garth, or all those other people, Chris Mathis, they're all making this out. Keegan literally ducked for 3 years, and there was nothing on his record that I've seen. And then all of a sudden, I turn him in. In my humble opinion here, I offer information about, and the next thing you know, he seems to have 3. Actually, hold on, is it 3 or is it 4? Definitely 3 for sure in all of last year. To me, that's just strange in itself. How do you go from 0 for 3 years to all of a sudden 3? It means he was being watched. I was told he was. So it just kind of makes sense to me that, maybe they were gathering a DNA off of a ticket. You know what I mean? Fingerprints. No, they would have had his fingerprints, I would assume, because it's not like he doesn't have a record. He does. I just don't think that his DNA ever hit the system, or maybe it did. We might be shocked to hear what all they did know once it's actually said and done.
Honey, if they really, really, really were after DNA,
Yeah.
and they wouldn't even have to get a warrant, all they have to do is sit outside in the car outside of his house and wait for him to take a bag of trash out to his trash can, drop it in the receptacle, and walk away. Because guess it's no longer your private property.
Yeah.
No longer need a warrant for that. It would have been easy peasy lemon squeezy right there.
Yeah, but I mean, who knows? Maybe it was a way of saying we're like we're watching. I don't know. I was just told that he was being watched 24/7. And so, that would make sense to me at the time, whether he's being watched 24/7. I'm sure there's a lot of people. I wouldn't doubt it if that house that I was the neighbor at beside his grandparents, that the LEs took it, or the FBI's took it over that place now, right? I remember when he said that I was live next door.
But oh no. There's so many drug rings too,
Well, that's what I was going to say to you. Okay, so do you remember when Tina Rodell said that this is a bunch of drug rings, and that at the grave site was people's markings?
At what site?
Pardon?
At what grave site? What are you talking about?
Okay, so Devil's Hop Yard.
Yeah.
Sorry, the murder scene. Okay. Yeah. So Tina Rodell had said that at the crime scene was, what do you want to call it, Mama, when somebody leaves their signature, to say that gang was there, in a sense, that they left the signatures.
Oh, their tag,
whatever you want to call it. Yeah. Obviously they're not going to be like, white boys were here, or maybe they did, but a signature to show that, like for me, like I just feel like I see that mask, that's Keegan's signature, to say, hey, I was here, because that mask is, to me, clearly going to come out in the wash, that was at the crime scene. The stuffed animal, probably, I don't know, Ashley. Who knows? Mm-hmm. But anyways, Tina Rodell had said something like that about the gangs, that they kind of like left their mark to say, probably to do with Derek German, right? The whole piss off thing.
The colleague card.
Hey?
The colleague card.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Wait, I think, okay, so like I get like the Devil's Hop Yard video and things like that. And I get that there's, those text messages out there with like eyewitness accounts from somebody who was directly there and witnessed, and all of these things that are out there. What I really like, it's hard for me to, like, people say that there were certain things there, you know what I mean? And
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah, yeah.
can understand, yeah, there are certain things, but it just, without seeing the scene definitively, like looking at it and understanding the perspective of what those officers and responders that came upon that scene got to see, you know what I mean? Like, I really wish, like, I was a fly on the wall because that would give
Yeah,
you wealth of knowledge, and you wouldn't have to hear it secondhand from other people, you know? And I know that they're keeping it to themselves because there's a reason for that.
yeah.
But it just, I don't know. It's like if you could just see it for yourself, I'm sure that so many things would jump out at you
Well,
and your mind would start collecting pieces quick.
yeah.
I don't know.
Well, I was gonna say for me, I've stared at these photos many, 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 many times, and I can see that there's things there. I can see that there's a cross there, or what looks to be a cross. Let me put it that way. Um, you can tell that there's some sort of, I don't know if it's man-made thing, but you can tell that there's, you know, how do I say that? When I change the filters, and then you can clearly see, like, let's just say that I'll just say it. Let's just say there was a hanger laying on the ground. So kind of like when I'm looking at a few objects, it looks clearly to me like these were built objects or an object from something, and that's kind of what that cross looks like to me. Is as if it's like, and it could be deceptive because of the view, but it just looks like that cross is there, the white cross that they speak of. Um, and it's not like I don't feel like I was trying to make a cross out of something. I feel like that the cross was there once I was like bringing it in and looking at it with different filters. And I was like, oh, is that the cross they're talking about? Because that totally looks like a cross, you know. I don't see anything to do with chemicals, but again, all I would take away from the crime scene, if this is, was that there's definitely like this big ass bunny rabbit there or something. This freaking big ass bunny rabbit, a cross so far, and a mask. And besides whatever, if people want to think of it as a knife or whatever, that's obviously one of the girls there. Definitely a shiny object that's like a knife shape that's sticking down. Um, that's about what I can make out. There's this weird thing, Mama. There's this, you know what? Maybe I'll show the pictures another time. But there's this weird ass thing that looks like it's freaking hugging a tree. The way it looks like it's hugging a tree.
Mhm.
Um, and it's one of those little things where it looks like a stickman that's putting his arms around this tree stump,
Right.
and it looks like it literally looks. Every time I see it, I'm just like, quit giving me the creeps. Like, I don't know if it's wood that just turned out to look like this, but it just creeps me out every time I see it. Because it literally looks like a stick man with a round flat face. Maybe that's what they talk about when they're talking about the smiley face. I wonder if that's what they're referring to, because it looks like it looks like a Jason mask, the way it looks when you're looking at it. But it's look like, if I was looking at you, or let's say you were sitting straight ahead of me, okay, and then off to the right, something is facing towards your body, and it looks like it's holding on to the tree stump, but it looks like a stickman figure with a round face. Like, it's. I'll show you it when I'm talking about later, but
Okay.
it's just every time I see it, I'm like, what the fuck are you?
Right.
What are you? Because you, after a while of doing it, you honestly start to distinguish which is what's really you're seeing more, or what more realistically you're seeing versus what your eyes are tricking you with. I'm very careful about that stuff when I'm looking at stuff. And that's why if I don't really feel like it's something to show, I won't show it, because I'm not satisfied with it, to be honest with you. No, Katie's not serving time. He's sitting at home in Frankfurt. That's what Katie's doing. Anyway, yeah. Um,
Mhm. Mo Project says the voice does not sound even similar, though.
Yeah.
Katie's voice, please.
Mm-mm. Actually, the person that knows him in real says he has a high pitched voice. Mm-hmm. Yeah, innocent until proven guilty in a court of law. In my court of law, though, he's guilty. My court of law. Yep. He's gonna sit right beside Greeno for a while on there. I do every once in a while. Big dog WFNFL. The knife is on the hip. The knife is on his hip. You can see the like. Yeah, I've seen that up close, and I believe that that's a knife. I'm on the BG here. Like you know, where that shiny thing looks like it was a watch or something at some point. I've shown that up close. To me, that totally is like a knife, and I wouldn't even call it like a regular knife. I would say it was. I don't know. Maybe it's just deceiving the way it's in that brown leathery thing or whatever, because it has like a roundness to it. You know,
Like a hunting knife?
like a what?
A hunting knife.
Well, I would say it's a little bit different than a hunting knife. I could be wrong, but when I look at it, okay, so if this is oh wait, let me go to the picture. So right here, now this is not a good picture to show this, and I could show better, but right here is where basically the knife is, and this is deceiving because it looks like a freaking watch or ball or something like that. But right here, it curves like a banana, I call it. It's like it's not going like a knife. It's giving it this roundness to it, which makes it seem like it's like this is
I
like
thought of something.
huh?
No, okay, so you know those tools that they use in the fields to cut down like wheat fields or whatever, you know what I mean? It's like it like has the holding of a knife, but it like curves. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like not like a machete to me. It's not a machete.
No,
That's
it's
what I'm
not sharp.
thinking of.
I can't think of what it's called though. What is that thing called?
I don't know because I
But
seen.
very sharp. And you know, if you really wanted to, you could hurt somebody severely with that. And then you think
Oh,
about the you understand what I'm talking about though, right? Like the knife
actually no.
thing itself. Okay, shoot. Hold on.
It's
Um,
like
I
it's
gotta
not.
Google a freaking photo of this.
Well, that's what I'm thinking too, because I've seen a knife tool that does pigs, that kind of resembled what the shape I was talking about. That's possible. So, how many think that that's a gun into the BG's jacket? In the BG's jacket? Yeah, he had a gun. I don't know that it's in his jacket though. I think it might be over his shoulder, a shotgun more so. But it might be it just you know what? There's a friend of Keegan's, and I'm sure Keegan has his own. But there's a picture of Keegan with a friend where like they got a gun out. It looks almost more like a BB gun, to be honest with you, but it might be a real gun. Yeah. So uh, I don't know. I've shown a picture of Libby there where I see what more what a shotgun is down the side of his leg. I think it's clear to most people that it's been said about the cocking of a gun. I don't think that that's not right. Mama, are you looking for it?
Yeah, I'm about to screenshot it and send you a photo of what I'm talking about.
Okay, wait. Can I go pee first? Would that be okay?
Of
I
course, go for
totally gotta give the toilet a drink. Yeah. Okay. I'll be right back. Not that you guys out there in internet land wanted to hear that, but I really gotta go. So I'll be right back.
it. Anyways, let's see. I'm gonna go through here and kind of look at comments. Um, the knife is on his hip. You can see the lightwood handle on PG photo. Yep. Um, thought he'd be busted for other crimes. Slippery customer. Yeah, GK knows. So how many people think that's a gun in BG's jacket? Joey says. So I guess maybe If you think it's a gun in the jacket, hit a 1. If you think it's not, I guess hit a 2. Deb says, could it be a knife tool that they use at Packers? I don't know. But what I'm thinking of, and I sent Sunny the photo, she can share it with you guys because I'm on my phone right now. So I'm not on the laptop to share the photo, but I think that the tool itself is very, very interesting. So we got 3 1s and a 2 so far. So you think that's a gun in BG's jacket? Okay. Because I think he had a gun. I think he had a knife. There's so much in that jacket. Man, there's so much. He stuffed that mug full. Knives for show, guns for pro. That is an old saying. Could have had both. Yes, absolutely. Could have had both. So, I don't know. But when you guys see this tool, and I don't know, maybe you guys might look at it the same way that I am. Maybe not. But what it's called, let's see. Gotta find it real quick. The tool itself is called a sickle tool. Does anybody know what a sickle tool is? It's like a cycle. Because it says, like it's a metal blade that's usually curved and it's attached to a wooden handle. And it just, if you guys see what yeah, it's like a curved knife. Exactly, Dave. It's a curved knife. And so, like, the curving of this, it may be morbid to think about it, but you think about, um, the injuries that people have spoken about that were sustained by Libby. How far back her neck had been cut. A knife like this would definitely, if it was sharpened, I think that a knife like this would definitely do the job. And it may sound like crazy, weird, gross, whatever. I don't want to like make anybody feel like, ugh, but I don't know. Maybe you guys might see that as a viable option as far as the knife goes. LE was looking for a knife with a curve on it several years ago. Interesting. Jane from the country. Mammal, does a ruse like BK kill people or just direct or lead? Sorry, it's a dumb question. Well, in my personal opinion, I think that this particular BG took them to the place. I believe that with the whole, like, gun, he could have taken them by gun, knife, whatever. It's pretty clear to me as I look at the image of BG. When you look at his jacket, you see the shapes of things in his jacket. I don't believe he necessarily killed the girls. I don't believe BG killed the girls. I believe that there was somebody else there to help handle that part of it. But I do believe that maybe he subdued the girls by leading them to the place that they needed to be, um, probably tied them up, you know, obviously maybe duct tape their mouths, things like that. Um, I'm not saying that he had to be the absolute one to do the deed. Yes, sickles can have very long handles. They can have short handles or they can have long handles. Um, and like I said, like you guys think about this. We're in Indiana. Um, this is a lot of these areas around here there's a lot of farming communities in the area. So why wouldn't somebody use a tool like that it's not hard to come by? They could have grabbed it from somebody's place, you know? Anything could happen too. I don't know. They could buy one for themselves. I'm just saying the thought crossed my mind as far as like the knife went to that because I think about the injuries that were sustained by Libby in all of this. Um, I don't know. Jane, thanks, Mama. An accessory, but if just accessory, why the weapons in his jacket?
Back, mama. Oh,
Okay. Well,
um, yeah, I heard you say sickle. I was gonna say once I seen it, I was like, "Oh, that's in my game I played, RuneScape." Anyway, sickle, yeah, but I thought of the sickle, mama, but that's not what I was thinking of because that sickle
the
got.
photo that I sent you.
Hey,
Did you look at the photo that I sent?
yeah, the sickle one, or is that a different one?
Yeah.
Yeah, I seen it when I was in the bathroom
Look
there.
at that photo
Huh?
just so like people can see what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I'll show it, even though it's not literally what I was thinking of. Um, but yeah,
Um,
I'll show you another one too. Like I won't show it today, but because I just don't feel like looking for it right now. Because I was at first thinking a sickle as well. One second. You sent this into our messenger, right?
yes, in a
Okay.
messenger.
Oh, let's just take.
Um, so Jane says an accessory, but if just accessory, why weapons in the jacket? Because what if they had to subdue the girls? Think about this. Think about this. They don't want those girls running. They don't want all of that. They're going to have things to subdue them on hand. They're going to have rope. They're going to have tape. They're going to have either a gun or a knife, whatever. Just saying. Um, they're not going to give a chance for those girls to run. Um, Ivy Rose says, "Oh, okay. I didn't know they came with short handles too. I heard rumors about a hook knife in the beginning."
Hmm.
Okay. Joey says, "So how come nobody is talking about the other two little girls who were killed?" Other people are talking about that, but I
Which
think
one?
the Evansdale murders. But I think that because this is, what is it? Is it, how long is it between the Evansdale murders? Is it
That
5
was
or 10 years? 10
yeah,
years
that was like about 10 years, I think it was.
or 10 years,
Yeah.
you know? Now, what I do find interesting, and it may seem, whatever, but if you're looking at a suspect that also has something to do with like Indiana Packers or whatever, they have 7/13/2012 things at them. Um, they have like a sister type company or whatever, right? And they're short on employees. They transport employees from one factory to the other to cover what they need as far as like workers. Um, and there is a connection where somebody talks about I want to say it's Robert Lindsay, but they talk about a man who had worked at um it was like Indiana Packers, and he transferred to there because they have some farm out there manufacturing, whatever. And they said that that was like the alibi for that person to go out there, but I don't know. All I know is that the similarities are extremely startling. Also, if this is something that's been going on for a long time, as far as like the pedo ring and, the drug ring and all that stuff, um, this
They,
then could have been doing this for a long time. It could be the same person, but
I,
it could not be. I don't know.
I can't. That's why I've never entertained it because, other people can, but for me, because like I said, because I know that Keegan Dunker for me is the BG, I don't even entertain it. It's not like I can look at whatever case I want to. I'm not obligated to look at anything if I don't want to anybody. It's just I'm working on Delphi. To me, the BG is not the Delphi killer BG. Is it from a possible same group of people? Perhaps, but I'm not interested in looking at the connection. Delphi is enough in itself for me. And I don't like there might be a connection, sure, but it's not the BG is not the killer that killed the people in Evansdale. They basically said that, but people ignore that as well. They basically come out and said that they don't believe that there's a connection between the two. Yeah. But people ignore that. They just keep thinking what they want to think, just like they ignore that the BG is younger instead of older, you know. So it's not anything. I've only read about it once, the Evansdale ones, and it's not like I don't care. It's just that again, um, my thing was Delphi. That's it. I'm not looking for the link because I know for myself that KD is the BG. He would have been freaking like what? If he's 25 now, like 15 at the time. If it was somebody else, perhaps in that, older people like the Perry Ellises of the world, or not Perry Ellis, Gabe Ellises of the world, or Paladinos, that's a possibility, but that's nothing that I'm personally looking into myself, if that makes sense.
I don't think it necessarily has to be the same person, but taking into account the fact that there
They
is this larger connection of a ring going on. It
Anything I've
could
ever seen.
be
Sorry, so go ahead, Mama. Finish off.
could be within the same like group of people. So
Correct. But what I've been seeing is that they think that the BG and the person that killed the girls is the same person. Most things that I have seen have more conjured to that idea. And honestly, I don't want to speak out of term because I don't honestly pay attention to it. I've read it a few times, nothing in depth at all. And when I catch things that are being said, it's typically that they think that the BG is the person that was responsible. Am I correct for the people that Evans, like without bullshitting me, do you guys think that it's the BG is the one? Because that's what I've kept writing or reading. And then I thought to myself, well, I always push it to the side. But yeah, it very well could be connected at some level, you know?
it makes me question it though, because you see the first sketch and the first audio release coming out of the man on the bridge. And then they come back and they say, all right, stop. Don't pay attention to this dude. Like somewhere along the way, there, I don't know. They just said, we're switching gears and going this other way. I don't feel like, in my personal opinion, they're taking that person on the bridge into account as deeply as they are the second image. I don't know.
You talking
It,
about Delphi now?
yeah, like Delphi, like, I don't know.
You don't think that they're taking, sorry, Mama, what did you say there? You don't think they're taking the second sketch seriously?
No, I don't. Okay, so like, you have the first one come out with the guy on the bridge, right?
Yeah,
And they're like, concentrate on this guy.
yeah.
And then they come back and they're like, yeah, we want you to not think of this one. Think of the second image now, you know? I don't know how to describe it. Like, I think they know there's more than one person involved, but I don't think that they feel like the man on the bridge is the one who completed the deed.
The what?
The deed of killing the girls. Like he had a hand in some things. I don't believe that they feel like he is the one that indefinitely killed the girls. I just get that feeling from it.
Yeah. My feeling is I don't honestly have a feeling. I don't feel like the two are connected, but I couldn't really say that either, unless I absolutely looked at the case more so, and really, you know.
Referring to Evansdale when I said that, I was referring to Delphi. But
Oh no, yeah, you were referring to Delphi on that part. Yes, at the end there. Okay. I'm I'm tired, Mama. Honestly, I don't know. I thought you were talking about BG, and then I thought you went on and we're talking about the Evansdale as well.
no,
Um, in your last comment there, I think I was thinking that was
it's a wild one.
hey,
So
yeah. But like, because I know there's a lot of people just out there that connect the two. But I remember seeing Mama reading something, and I get it because they've changed directions with the BG. Um, But I just remember them seeing an article where it said that they didn't feel like that the two cases were connected, and it could be wrong. But I honestly I don't really have too much of an opinion on it. Besides, I just know that the BG is to me is not the person that was the killer of the girls at Evansdale, but possibly of the same affiliate gangs or connections, type of idea.
mhm.
Kind of like what I feel about the Flora fires as well. It's kind of what
Yeah,
I feel about there. So somebody wanted me to put up this what's his name? It's Brad Weber. Brad Weber. Yeah. So I'm pretty sure that Gomer Pyle, Brad Weber here, doesn't look like the BG. If I was a betting person, because he kind of reminds me of he reminds me of you know how Tom Hanks is like good looking but weird, but not. Do you know what I mean? It's like he doesn't have those chiseled features, but kind of like McConaughey or whatever, you know,
right.
they have that kind of like that look about them. That's kind of what he reminds me of. But I don't think at all he looks like the BG. If just by looks, does anybody else think so? Because someone wanted me to put up a picture of this, and I don't even know if he's still watching. Do you think so, Mama?
Do what?
I know, just you're listening to me as good as I'm listening to you. I said, do you think that Brad Weber looks like the BG? If you were going by this picture looking at the BG?
Not in my personal opinion.
Yeah. Oh shit. I stopped sharing it. Damn it. Sorry guys. I went to go click something else and I did that. Where did it go? Where did it go, Mama? Where did it go? What did I do with it? I think I had darn right closed off. Let's try that again. Wherever I did with it. Well, my picture stash is growing with the BG in the middle. It reminds me of like a Hollywood game or whatever it is, or the Brady Bunch kind of. Put the person's face in the center and the BG all the way around them. Let's see, share. Cancel. Let's try this again. Okay, I'm hitting the wrong buttons here. What time is it? Oh my god, it's 10:30. God, time flies. Okay, so I'll put it up one more time. Okay, so anyone watching, do you guys think that Brad Weber looks like the BG at all? Anybody? No, I don't see it. No, I mean the nose, the spacing here. I don't know. Just no, nope. God, I feel like I got to turn off my camera. I feel. Oh, I got to. I keep closing that off instead of turning off my cam. I look so freaking tired, and looks like my boobies are hanging out, but they're not. I was like, where my camera's sitting, it's like, oh, on there. I don't know. Just joining, fell asleep. Nope, nose is different. Yeah, lots different. I don't know. Mama, is there anything else you want to talk about?
I don't really know what else to
Well,
out. Are you?
okay, well, you know what, Mama? I never did go through it all, and I'm not sure if you feel like talking or not about it. Um, just about the connections from point A to point B again for people that don't know. Like, okay, remember how you read the thing about Ashley Garth and and like how people were kind of putting out a post and were like, hello, like we looked at this stuff a long time ago,
Yeah.
but nobody seemed to be listening. So you know how I kind of talk about the point A to point B type of thing. I'm not sure if you feel like saying it or if you're too tired. I was gonna sometimes I just like to repeat how Keegan Dunker became the BG, and then the people and the reasons why.
I'm scrolling back up because I read, but I'm not gonna say I registered all of it.
Yeah,
Like
do you want me to show that?
today. Um.
Well, I was just talking about like our path more or less. But I can bring that up again. Like, do you want me to bring up that posting from yesterday? Hey, Mary.
I can read you that post. I have it.
Okay. Yeah, just everyone listen to Mama. I'll read it. Hey,
Okay.
Mary, why you
This
talk?
particular post was posted on a Facebook.
Mama? Uh-oh. Did Mama drop?
I'm here.
Oh, okay. I thought you dropped.
No, you couldn't hear me.
For a second there, I couldn't hear you. I thought you dropped.
Uh-oh.
No,
Okay.
you're good now. You're good.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah. No.
So, this is the Facebook group, who's VG No Rules. The author of this is someone named Ancient Nick. All right. So, from someone who does not want to be named. But I think it's time for it now after Klein's police interviews are out. February 21st, 2022, 7:39 p.m. I don't like to keep secrets. It's about the Kokomo crew, and it started in Kokomo. When Karina McClarkin disappeared and has never been found. Long story here. She was a heroin addict, which is what these guys do to keep a girl having sex. Also black and 19.
I don't think Mama knows that she's all of a sudden just, it's weird. She's just dropping. Mama?
Yeah,
It's like you're talking and then you just like literally cut off.
it's because I have the other window open at the same time as StreamYard on my phone.
Oh, okay. Because like, yeah, someone just said sound.
Sorry. Okay, so may hold on. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna copy and paste it and send it to you, and you just put it on the screen.
Yeah, okay. Because I was trying to put it
Like,
on the
on
screen,
the screen.
but just, yeah, put it back in the thing and I'll do that. I sent it to my Facebook, but for some reason it doesn't let me download it or bring it up for whatever stupid reason.
I copied and pasted the post itself. Like you don't have to worry about that.
So when I'm in, okay, hold on. When I'm in Messenger,
Mm-hmm.
what the hell is going on with Messenger? What the hell is that shit? What the fuck was that? Anyways, let me go back to my messenger. That was weird. When I click on it in Messenger, it literally does not allow me to click on it, like just to open it up.
Go to our group chat.
Huh?
Go to our group chat.
Yeah.
And that big long thing that just posted.
Yeah.
That's it. So all you gotta do is share that.
Well, okay.
Because the text is already out there.
I guess what I'm saying is like normally I can click on a picture and it opens it up in a different window. So if I open this up, it's going to show my entire messenger with my friends list and the different
What
things.
it does? For real?
I'm just gonna
Goodness. Okay, listen.
I'm just gonna copy and paste it myself. I'll just do that, okay, Mama?
Sounds like a winter dinner.
Okay. Or so I'm gonna screenshot it. I should say myself. Oh shit! It's Let's see. How do I screenshot that? Because it's not. What the hell? Why is this so difficult? Like this should be. I just don't understand why it's not letting me open it up. Like just like a picture or to.
Do that.
Anyways.
Oh, okay, listen. Go in the messenger, right? And just that thing that I sent, right click it and copy the text and then put it on something.
Well, yeah, now I'm gonna do that, but I don't usually ever do that, so I gotta go find some sort of notepad thing to stick it on. Let me just find notepad or something. Notepad. Okay. Now I just stick it on notepad. Oh my god. Format. How do I format this little fucker? It's like
I might as well just log into my laptop. It'd be faster.
Probably, Mama. I don't it's just because I don't have like Microsoft Office. If I had Microsoft Office, that would be a different story. But I just got WordPad. Do I have Microsoft Office? No. I have it on my.
You can get Microsoft Office for you can use their stuff for free if you don't have it down or whatever. They have where you can use it online for free.
Yeah, well, I was gonna say. I have it on my iPad, but I just remember paying for it like a month to have Microsoft, I believe. Just because I don't know, husband was too lazy to find the free version or whatever it was.
Listen, I've got the Microsoft Office, but I don't pay for it when you can use the programs online for free.
Oh, hey, Mama, I got it. I put it into this WordPad like this now. Okay, I'll put it up. Okay.
All right.
Unless you're okay. So let me just hit share screen. I'm not the dumbest kid on the block, not always. What am I trying to do? I'm trying to share, I guess, my screen. So let's see here. Or maybe that would help if I got into StreamYard. Okay, share. I think this is it here. Okay. Is that coming big enough?
No, I'm logging in on my app
Okay.
so I can share an actual thing and I can see what I'm reading. Okay. There you are.
Boom, boom, in your face.
Okay.
Oh, my mom dropped.
No, I was backstage because I switched to my laptop.
Oh.
So I went back in StreamYard so I could get off the phone.
Easy
peasy,
easy peasy, lemon squeezy.
Okay, so.
Oops, I guess I should
share it in the original page.
Sure. So
That
I'll
way
take this
me
down.
and got to go through all that crazy. Because I have to multitask.
Okay, 1 second. I'll be right. Give me 1 sec.
You're good. Dang. That's messed up. So the post is like gone. It's like gone. But that's alright. I still have it in Messenger, so I'm not worried about it.
I'm back whenever you want to share, Mama.
Hold up. The post is gone entirely.
Oh, really? Did someone took it down? Okay, for 1 second. I'll pull that other one back up, or let me, or I guess you could do it too if you wanted to. Put it on your Microsoft pad. Which do you prefer?
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, open up an email draft and paste it in there too. I mean, I can share that one I had again. It's up to you, Mama.
Hold on. Give me a second. Turn it back. Okay, you shoot. Because the post is gone out of the group. Like it's gone. It's deleted. So copy and paste this. Give me a second. I'm having a brain fart. Okay. So, why won't you? Oh, that was right.
Mama,
Yeah,
what you doing?
I am going to the Word so that I can share my screen with the words that are on there. Sorry.
I don't know. I think that's coming from Mama's sound dip.
What is it?
Mama, there's this horrible noise that kind of keeps hitting. It's almost like a click bang, click bang. So just whenever you're ready, then turn unmute yourself, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm not going to share my screen because I can't get it to do what I'm trying to get it to do.
Okay.
So I'm just going to read it.
Mama, okay, you read it, but hold on. Let me put it up. 1 second. One second here. Actually, do I have it up already? No, I got it for that, but hold on. I don't think I probably needed to do that, but um, so you just read it and I'll just scroll on my own.
Oh, okay. All right. From someone who does not want to be named, but I think it's time for it now after Klein's police interviews are out. February 21st, 2022, 7:39 p.m. I don't like to keep secrets. It's about the Kokomo crew. It started in Kokomo when Karina McCorkin disappeared and has never been found. Long story here. She was a heroin addict, which is what these guys do to keep a girl having sex. Also black and 19, so moving to LE didn't care so much. Kokomo was associated with the Lafayette Boys Club. I knew about this from Michael Phillips, who knew my niece. Knew about it before Jalen, aka Tierra Jade, made her video about that, and one before that about her sister and Judge Spouts from the age of 11, and his shady deals. Michael Phillips was treated like a kook by LE, but he says he was with Karina when she came running scared to a convenience store and made a phone call, and then a lady picked her up in the alley. Then maybe you know or don't know that Gabe Ellis was arrested. He had been having sex with Karina's 14-year-old sister, buying her bras and panties. Her mom was looking for her. Long story. So then all this other stuff happened. Two big Operation Meth busts in Kokomo, then the Delphi murders, then Kurtz, Mathis, Garth, and others killed Nicole. They all knew what was going to happen to her. Well, actually, that was after Kurtz killed Ray Hanish. And why did he confess to that when the coroner ruled it accidental? They were shutting up Nicole over things she knew. It wasn't just jealousy. I'd like to skip the part about Derek German's bust with his friends for chemicals they stole, which could be used to make meth, and they said they didn't know who they were going to sell it to, but might have played a part. Derek skated out of that because he incriminated his friend and also has family in higher powers there. That friend got busted again. I think that's about when the big meth bust went down in Kokomo. There were also some legal battles with the Patties over property sales. But here's this that's always concerned me, and people say now it's unrelated. Megan Allen was at the bridge on the 12th with some guy friends cooking meth. Her mother, Tina Rodell, said so. I've seen the screenshots. Her mother said Megan came home all beat up with bloody clothes on a grill and earrings that were not hers that the FBI has. And Megan told her she stabbed someone to see what it felt like. I can understand if she was messed up still on meth and just sassy with her mom, but it's too coincidental. Then, if you look at her Facebook page, back, let's see. Oh, then if you look at her Facebook page back then, it's her and her boyfriend smiling with their big knives. And it says she's been in a relationship since 2017. Also, I heard she'd been sold. Guess that's what pimps do. But wait, here comes the pictures mixed Couldn't understand how someone got them. I guess Linda Garlic, who lived there, now in Monticello, told me Tina Rodell sent them, of the Kokomo crew, and I don't know their names. Only I see Ashley Garth and I think Tyler Joe French. And I'm thinking I heard the paper plates on the white car trace back to him. Kokomo crew. Scary. There's only one more thing I can add. Tina Rodell also had something on Facebook back then telling a guy if he came to her property, she would shoot him. Don't remember the name. There were a few more things. Rumored that Jason Palladino put out a hit on the girls. Also, a guy named Kevin talking to one of a related Germans to talk to Palladino that he just wanted his truck back. I don't know anything about Mike Beavard, but I did hear that Libby had two friends, Mike Snowberger and Bryson Sandifer, and she knew about Bryson's dad cheating on the mom and told her. Kelsey just found out tonight she might know Palladino's, and that's another story, but also she forgot a black truck there. Guess someone else remembered and she finally did. It's all so weird. It doesn't seem to be complicated story, but one is that Libby was friends with two guys. Think I've told you a lot already. Max and Bryson Sandifer. Guess she told Mom Sandifer about the cheating dad, Brent or Brett, and he was the pizza guy who just got busted for child porn. The pizza guy in Flora across from the Flora fires, they had a secret. Heard they were going to talk to a pastor and then LE, same as Nicole. Someone in her family said she seemed like she wanted to talk about something. Just don't know. There were so many possibilities, but I always ask the questions, what were the means, opportunity, and motive? I go back to Kurt's a lot though. I'm not sure. But I'm sure he had those three and was a known killer or involved. Even Mathis said Garth was a manipulator, and he shook his head. Yes, so many times in open secrets, and said he would tell what he knew, but he had his kids to worry about. Maybe already threatened, but there is a little more to it. Kurtz was good friends with Michaela, who is Libby's cousin. I think Tara had taken them to a party in Kokomo at one time. Anyone with information about this case, um, and then they give the tip line for the girls. I, but I didn't copy that. So, yeah.
Sorry about that. I was just trying to save that document on there. Right. It wasn't like, I mean, I would love to say it was a black truck because I think at that time Keegan had a black truck, the one that he painted. But I'm pretty sure, but I just know that kind of what came out was something about an SUV or something like that. That an SUV was there. So anyone that just listened to what Mama just read, do you guys have anything to say? Any input? You can tell that there's some information in there, and it's very close to what, in the sense of the line of what we've been following, or at least what I've been following. Whether or not it's still your path, Mama, you know. Regardless, I've been following like this path for since the beginning. Um, there's just some tidbits in there that are interesting to me. I knew about the guy that come out of jail. I think was it a Sandifer that was yeah, like had come up because like pedo. Um something like that. I remember seeing something. I was looking at something and I remember seeing that. Oh, that person literally was in jail for, you know, being a pedo or whatever. Um, it sounds like someone that has certain information, but it's kind of mixed up a little. Not really too mixed up, but I'm trying to think of what I was listening to as you were reading that. A couple things that seemed a little off, but so Palladino putting the hits on the girls. Okay, I think that was one of the things. I wouldn't say girls. I would say girl. And it just Libby was the collateral damage type of thing. I would not say girls because this to me was not against Libby. This was Abby. This was against Libby. If anything, it's an interesting story. Karina's case is so sad. Yeah, I mean, like this guy Michael Phillips knows a lot of shit. I get it, but he just thinks that his BG is Gabe Ellis, and like he doesn't want to listen to anything else. And I don't blame him because I don't want to listen to anybody else, type of thing with when it comes to Keegan Dunker. So he's very adamant, but yet he has a lot of like that side knowledge. Um, anyway, what do you think, Mama, of the whole thing? Like let's see here. Okay, about Palladino putting out the hit, even though on the girls, yeah. Mama, are you there?
Yeah, I was going over to the unmute. I think that it's spot on.
For the most part.
Yeah.
Mhm. Trying to eat my sub that my husband bought me.
And, yeah.
What, Mama?
So just from the things that we've seen, connections, information. Lady J765, I agree. Something with the Pizza King, TK is connected to him. I think this is huge.
Yeah. I want to. I don't know why, but I feel like I don't know why, but I keep every time I think of the pizza place. I know that was where Ron Logan went. Was Pizza King, but he didn't go to the one in Delphi. He went to the one in Lafayette.
Yeah, but somebody can own multiple locations.
Say that, Mama.
Somebody can own multiple.
Oh, I don't. So I'm sorry, but there's this horrible sound that keeps coming. That like it's almost like when you're moving, and it's like as if you're rubbing up against the mic, but I know you're not. But that's what it sounds like when you talk for a second. It seems like when you're moving around, it's like coming out at like 100% in the ears. So I'm not really sure. Like that, whatever that is.
Sorry.
What is that?
That was me picking up my laptop.
Is that what that is? It's like it's almost like a sandpaper sound. If that makes sense.
It's really weird.
Yeah. Okay. So what did you just comment on, Mama?
Said it's not that somebody couldn't own multiple locations of a Pizza King or whatever that is.
Let's see. They can't get anyone. Oh yeah.
Okay. Pizza King is so good. They have a barbecue pizza with ham and pineapple. That is off the chain. Well, that sounds good. Someone called Ron Logan and told him to meet him at Pizza King at a certain time.
Sounds probably more accurate, right, Polly? Do you believe he was lured away from his property, Mama? I certainly do.
I have an issue. Like, I don't know if he was necessarily lured away from his property, but it just, I think my issue personally is that the fact that he lied about where he was and what he was doing.
Mm-hmm.
That bothers me. So that makes me wonder, like, if he knew
There's Deb.
that something was going to happen before it happened. But and
Right.
then, like, I don't, then I see like the hurt and pain, like, and I'm like, he could have been lured away. I mean, just
I
for
feel
them
like he was.
to use access to it. Um, and I also found, like, I don't think he's involved. Don't get me wrong. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
He probably was lured away, but I have to wonder if there's something that somebody had on him or they were doing it to be spiteful.
I get what Adam's saying there. Um, but let me ask you this, Adam. The hat that the BG is wearing and the hat that Ron Logan has, um, I can tell you, are virtually identical. That dent, like almost to a T. Um, they were killed on Ron Logan's land, right? And I was just thinking the same thing too, that he didn't need to be lured away because the property was so big. But in saying that, they might have been using his house as like to where to, like for something. I don't know, like to get
I
there.
Oh, go ahead. I'm
Never
sorry.
mind. No, go ahead.
Go ahead. Yeah,
No,
no, I think that they used this property to park on. I mean, I want to say they used some portion of Ron Logan's property in that back private drive. That just, there's something about that strikes me.
same.
But it just, Ivy said, I thought he went to Pizza King on a different day than the murders and he was at the dump and buying fish that day.
No,
That's what he told the news and officers initially. But then later on, they found out that he um, was at a Pizza King that same day and he was eating pizza and he was drinking beer while he was on probation,
correct.
consuming alcohol for a suspended driver's license that he got from alcohol related DUI charges. So, yeah, I just, mm, yeah.
Um, people around people around Peru that know TK have no clue what's going on with him. I've been asking around, and people who have seen him recently have no clue. Um, yeah. Was it that Ron Logan said to the judge? Oh, he said to the judge, I hope nobody else dies on my property.
Yep, sure
Mm-hmm.
did.
Almost as if he's saying something to him. Like, that's almost that feeling. Because that's an
Hmm.
odd bit of a sentence. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know if he's saying it to be just
No,
kind of
he's
like,
saying it for a reason because that's where that land deal stuff comes in.
yeah.
Like the
Mm-hmm.
land thing ties into this ordeal and the way that this is all set up. You know what I mean? The push, the power, you know, it just,
Um,
it with the ring and, all of that stuff. Like,
I just, I can't, I would have a hard time believing that the murders would be, so that would mean, because, I mean, to me, the murders wouldn't be because of revenge and the land. That wouldn't make sense. I mean, it
no,
could.
but if, okay, let's let's play devil's advocate, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because if Spouts is connected to all of this,
Right.
that land deal, Fouts was in on that stuff, trying to get that land from Ron Logan.
Why did Fouts want it?
I don't. It was some sort of a project that was supposed to be put. They wanted to put.
Yeah, but
They
wasn't that
wanted to
more of
run something
McCain?
through it.
Yeah, yeah. They wanted to make more of the trails or something like that.
No, no, they wanted to run something else through it. I don't remember what it was, but it just. Anyways, there was a big whole dispute about that. You know what I mean? And there were higher ups in the community that were involved with that said issue. Right?
Yeah.
So if Fouts is connected to all of this, like one hand washes the other corruption type stuff, you know, like I don't know how to.
I know. I just the land part of it. I've just always more stayed away from. I don't know. I just have stayed away from it. Um, just because I've just always felt like, regardless, Katie's a BG to me, and it was, I just find, I don't know. I just feel like if I keep going, there's too many twists and turns, and then I just find myself going on these different rabbit holes that don't make sense to me. But I mean, it may make sense to the people that live there. Um, I just, I'm not really. I don't
That's
know. I'm
right,
just,
Deb. They wanted to expand the trails, and there was talk about a jail. Yes.
yeah.
So I mean, I don't know. Like, I just really feel like it was more of like a power trip in that
Well, definitely a
that
power.
that struggle. You know what I mean? Like Ron Logan didn't want to let go of the land. He was already salty with them. He's connected with this ring. You know, one hand's washing the other of the corruption. They're letting people go left and right. They're dismissing charges. They're destroying case files. There's all kinds of like the
So,
strange things going on.
but why would he let him out of the why would Fouts let him off early and send him to home to do his time? Why would Fouts do that though? If he wanted to take his land.
No, I'm not talking about taking the land. Like maybe that's part of the lure. Maybe that's part of the pressure. Like, I don't know.
I don't know.
To
I
get
yeah.
me and Logan to leave to go meet that person at a pizza place, you know? But then to say you're far away, blah, blah, blah. I mean, I wonder if there could have been a deal sparked because he went to jail after that. You know what I mean? You do this,
Yeah.
I'll cut you a break. You'll do
Right.
this amount of time minimum, file for a sentence modification, come before
Yeah.
me, you'll walk away, your hands are clean. I don't know, just
FBI, what is Mojo the
you
FBI?
understand what I'm saying though, right? If he's connected
Yeah.
to the bad guys and they're washing and drying their laundry, you
Yeah.
know.
Oh, here's the article. Um, one second here. Um, let's see.
I know
Um,
that the charges were unrelated to the Delphi girls murder. I get that. I get that. That's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying Ron Logan had anything to do with those poor little girls being killed on his land, his property. None of that. That is not what I'm saying. It's not what I'm saying.
Mom, we'll watch this for a sec, Mama. That Ivy dropped. We'll watch. Yeah. One second. Let's play this. Come on. How come it's not? What the hell's wrong with this thing? So if I, what the hell's wrong with this thing?
Mm-hmm.
Like, is there a trick to turning off the thing? I always find that some of these things work and some of them don't. It just seems strange. Let me just load it again and see if it's.
There you go.
Wait, do you hear it?
No.
No.
Go to the top right or left hand corner where that thing is. See
Covering
that.
new details
there,
about the man
finally.
who owns the prop.
Okay.
The search for a killer is.
Let's go. Okay. Hey, lady, what happened? Piss off.
New details about the man who owns.
Okay, hold on. Oh. Okay, shut up now. Just play.
Is still on in Delphi after Abby Williams and Libby German were found dead more than 6 weeks ago. And tonight, our Call 6 team is uncovering new details about the man who owns the property where the girls were killed. Investigators are not calling 77-year-old Ronald Logan a suspect in the girls' murder. But now there are some new questions surrounding a drive he made to the Carroll County trash transfer station on the day the girls were murdered. Logan has been in jail since March 13th after police found out he'd violated his probation by driving to the dump on that February day and drinking at a restaurant in Americus. He was in court today to plead guilty to a felony charge of being a habitual traffic offender.
Okay. So what does Americus mean?
It's just a town, but it doesn't necessarily. Well,
I thought it was Lafayette.
He was at the restaurant. The restaurant. Let me find it.
He says Pizza King in Americus.
Weird.
Here, oh, hold on. Hold on. It says Ron Logan admitted to driving. Hold on. What day was this on? Posted on April 3rd, 2017. Then it says he also admitted to drinking alcohol at the Pizza King in Americas on February 27th. So they were 2 different days. Is that what you're saying, Ivy?
Yeah,
Oh.
that's what she's saying. So that.
No. The article says he went to Pizza King on the 2nd up to the 27th. But in that article, it says the date he went to Pizza King. Okay, so it was actually the 27th that he went. Oh my goodness. Because that's what I heard originally, but then everything I've heard since then has always been about that he went to the transfer site and then he went to Pizza King. So I'm confused. Okay, so this article, I mean, the article is on April 3rd. That's plenty of time well after, so this must be more truer, I would believe then. Well, let's see. Does it say anything different? No. Okay, they also admitted to drink. Why would he admit to drinking alcohol on the 27th? That doesn't make sense. Does it? Or is that when he got pulled over? I think that's because he got pulled over. I think that's what it was. Lafayette and Delphi. Is it because he got pulled over, Ivy? Because remember he got pulled over, Mama? So maybe that's what it's talking about. He went to the transfer site. So the transfer site's not even far. The transfer site, if I'm not mistaken, is that one that's right beside Indiana Packers. Yeah. That's the day he pleaded guilty. So that's the day he pleaded guilty. So that's what says. Okay, I'm lost.
Okay, so there's a seatbelt infraction.
So Ivy, the drinking was on the 27th. Is that correct? Just to straighten this up. But did he admit to getting or saying he lied and went to get fish? Like, this doesn't make sense. Because the transfer site is like literally right beside Indiana Packers. Okay. So then if that's the case, hold on. Where did it go? Where's my blue ball? Why is it? Oh, I gotta bring it up. There we go. Like it's just right here. If that's the case, he didn't go far at all. But hold on, something's not making sense. He left, and then he arrived back home about 6:30 or something.
Yeah.
So a transfer site's like a freaking 30-minute job total probably. Let's give it 45 even. So that doesn't make sense because he didn't get home till like 5:30 or 6:30 or something like that. So I'm curious about that because he didn't get home till later. And so it must have been more than just a transfer site. Yeah, that doesn't make sense. Indiana don't play. Zero tolerance. Worst state in America for civil liberties. But I love the state as well. Yeah. Okay. Can someone make sense out of any of that for me quickly? Because I'm just confused right now. Because it doesn't make sense that he left early, like in the afternoon, and then didn't return for hours later. He obviously went more than just the transfer site. I mean, I've been to a transfer site. Take your garbage, whatever you got there, and dump it and go back home typically. Something is fishy about that. Ha, ha, ha. No, he didn't go get the fish. Or maybe he did go get the fish. I don't know. Why is it? My mind's getting messed with now. I don't know about the fish now. I don't know. Anyway, Mama, I need to call it a night. I'm getting so tired. You probably are too.
Yeah,
Mama?
I'm good.
Hey?
I'm good. So, all right. Well, you got to call it a night. You got to work tomorrow.
Yeah. Well, yeah. And plus, I'm tired and my brain hurts. Ivy just hurt my brain. Ivy, come on, go do your homework and figure it out for us. And then send me an email at Delphi, Indiana, or what was it? Delphi Murders. Delphi Murders at gmail.com. If anybody has anything that they want to send me, Delphi Murders at gmail.com. So Ivy, come on, can you figure out that part of the story? Because I just had it in my head that it was, because people said that, but then it changed. So I don't know. That was his. Oh, that was his. Yeah, that was his first story. Anyway, whatever. Okay. My brain hurts. Okay, you guys. Yeah.
Alrighty. Well, you guys
Mama's
have a
gonna
great
get
night.
off.
Yep.
Yeah. Thanks for coming on, Mama. Even if we both, I think. Well, I think I sound more tired than you for sure.
Right.
And Deb was just exhausted too. But yeah, just like I said, it's been a long couple of days and being sick still, and I'm not quite over it yet, but I'm getting there.
Right.
But anyway, thanks, Mama, for coming on, and have a great night. Love
You're
you.
welcome.
And
You have a good night.
what was I gonna put? Oh, I was gonna send that picture from the hop yard about the. What was it about? Oh, that
The
thing
the
in
stick
the hop
thing.
yard. Yeah,
Yeah,
I'll show you.
bigger
Yeah,
than the rubber.
yeah. I'll try. I don't really. If
Well, even if you just send it tomorrow, no worries.
yeah, yeah. Okay, my brain's gone. Good night,
Okay.
everybody.
Good night.
Yeah,
Bye.
I'll just come on here, even though I look like shit and tired and whatever. But thank you guys so much for coming on. Sorry if sounded tired, whatever. Is what it is. I thought Toby Lesenby was the one that saw him at the dump. No, Toby Lesenby, isn't he the one that saw him? Like, you guys, if we can't even get the beginning of the story screwed up, we're hopeless then, because it's like, it's Toby that pulled him over, that gave him the ticket, if that's what I recall myself. Yeah, that's just too much brain hurt and power right now. Yeah. Okay. Anyways, you guys, Jenny, Ivy, Polly, Jane, August, Deb, thank you guys so much. And whoever else is in the chat still. Yeah, thanks for joining me. You guys have a great night. Take care. God bless. And yeah, I'll do it. I'll probably do a live tomorrow, I think. I guess it's Saturday. Get off work and then I don't have to work for a couple days. So we'll see how it goes. Anyways, take care, guys. Have a great night. Bye. Thank you, Deb. Go get some sleep. Deb's probably exhausted. Thank you, Jane, so much. Oh, I figured out, you guys, before I go, I figured out why people were saying happy birthday to me. Deb, you should know. Okay, so the picture that I put up for yesterday's live, that had nothing to do with my birthday. That just shows you how much people read. That was to do with the Ain't No Rest for the Wicked. If anyone read it, because I'm trying to figure out, why are people saying happy birthday to me? I got a happy belated birthday. And then I got a happy birthday. And I'm like, what? It's because people only read the one part that said happy birthday. It stood out to them. But if they would have read the rest, it wasn't even my post. It was from friend number one. It was friend number one's post on there. Anyways, take care, guys. Have a great night. And yeah, God bless. Thanks, Jane. Bye. Polly Welly Doodle all day.